Manchester United, obviously, and it's watch along. But I'm a little bit green because I'm very, very close to the screen. But I ain't green with envy, although I have got the Liverpool game up on there. I mean, like the video if you just hate Liverpool for a start. I mean, Bournemouth, just roll over as per usual. But this is the season we face, folks. This is the season we face, and we may as well just accept that. Actually, you know what? I think draw or lose today. And as sad as it sounds, and I don't blame the manager for it, I think it's a storm of Bournemouth nearly just scored. Typically, if they score that, they might get a point from it. Just lucky Liverpool. But wind down, Mark, wind down. Yeah, I think if we don't beat Everton today, whatever slim chance we've got is well and truly gone. And if you haven't seen the tweet of you'll see it on the promo for YouTube. It's brilliant from the Draughty Devil, absolutely brilliant. But the team news is imminent. That's what we're here for, and also the game itself. Move past the feeling of injustice about Liverpool. They won't win the league. Hopefully Chelsea will win the league. I'd even give Chelsea 3 points at Old Trafford to stop them scumbags winning it. But that's how deep my hatred for Liverpool Football Club goes. Fair play for you if you don't hate them. You're a better man or woman than I am. But team news not quite in yet. We need Bournemouth to beat Liverpool, says Jacob 123 Gamer. It ain't going to happen, mate. It ain't going to happen. They are 3-1 up. But enough about that. Team news. We are sort of hearing that Martial and Mkhitaryan may be left out. Lots of jokes this week about the thought of Lingard and Rashford playing on the wings. I'll be stunned. I'll be absolutely stunned. Surprised? Oh, I suppose if you're stunned, you've got to be surprised. But I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be stunned. Yeah, definitely. We are live. I don't know why we're not getting any. I wonder what's going on. Got lots of people watching, but my live comments isn't working, which is a bit of a baller. Now there we go. It had stalled. Don't worry about it. Hi everyone. Thought the game started at 4. It does. United Stand watch along starts at 3. Mark, I injured my nose today while going for a 50-50 ball in the air. There was blood all over the park, says Abernaf. Oh dear. And Rooney suspended for today's games. We know that. We also know that the team news is coming in any minute. I have to say Rashford isn't good on the wing, just not, says Antak. I love Rashford. I love Marcus Rashford. I can't deny it. I do. However, I would not be playing him on the wings. Not when you've got Martial and Mkhitaryan. It'd be absolute craziness to do that. But Liverpool are going to win. Thank God Chelsea beat City yesterday, because I just don't get it with Liverpool. It just shows you what a system can do, really. But I also think one thing to bear in mind, as the team news is probably hit, and I'll have to come back to that. Team news then. Mkhitaryan starts and Martial starts. Hooray! Merry Christmas from the United Stand, the Macchio goal bridge. We got De Gea in goal. We got Valencia at right back. We've got Jones and Rojo as a little bit Irish. We've got Darmian at left back. Did predict that. Carrick holding the midfield. Boom, 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 boom. Herrera, Pogba in the midfield. Mkhitaryan, Martial and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. The bench, Romero, Bay, Blind, Fellaini, Boo, Lingard, Mata and Rashford. Mata doesn't start. Tell you what, that is my team. That is my team, apart from Darmian at left back. For all those lucky, clever people who watch the United Stand live preview on a Friday night at 8:30, learn something. Turn EastEnders or Celebrity off. You'll learn something, because that lineup is my lineup, apart from Darmian at left back, who I would have played Blind. But that's my lineup. It's there. Brilliant. So Bay's on the bench, which is a massive positive. Blind on the bench. Fellaini, Lingard, Mata and Rashford. I'm happy with that bench. Are we happy with that bench? Is there somebody missing? Well, we'd like Fosu and Menza to be there. Obviously no Schneidlin or Memphis, which we all think that they're finished anyway. But I'm very happy with that team. Very happy. And it's a festive image from Manchester United. Happy lineup though. I'm gonna scream that out because we are happy with it. And I want to see what you lot are thinking as well. Martial and Mickey are starting. That's the main thing, and I'm excited about this game. We've got to win today. We're going to be positive that they are going to win. I went 2-1, and I'm sticking with that now. We've picked that team. Whatever anybody else is doing, and I'm talking about other teams. We've just got to win today. We've got to win today. We've got to win next week against Spurs as well. Win games between now and Christmas, and then we can see where we are come Christmas. But you know, it is hard at the moment. You look at what everybody else is doing. You know, Arsenal stuffing West Ham when we couldn't beat them at home. You know, Liverpool are winning here as well. But the football from United has been good. It's just we're not getting the points. And that's why today, normal circumstances, you might say, Everton away, a point's not bad. And a point's not bad, but we've dropped so many points at home. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. But let me take some of your comments anyway, because that's what it's all about. Mickey could get us into 4th if he has a good season, says CJW21. Going back to what I was just saying there, as I'll start this, I'll type out the team for you while we're talking about this, because I think it's a really good point. JH says it's a nice team except Fellaini on the bench. Well, you never know. Fellaini might actually start getting used for what he should be used for. If he's in the team, if he's part of the team, use him as a substitute who comes on in the last 10 minutes when you want to hit a high ball, which is what we actually didn't do last week. No Schweinsteiger is disappointing. Yeah, that is disappointing. I would agree with that. Yeah, I think everybody's sort of saying that as well. Fellaini on the bench for Schweinsteiger is a joke, but I think we all know what's going to happen there. I'm trying to think... Bailly on the bench is a massive positive. Some people are saying that, but I'm just sorting out the team, which is not massively. Get your words out. It's not massively dissimilar to the team that we played on Thursday night. Is it a Wednesday night? Shaw obviously injured. Blind dropping out of the team. You got Darmian and Jones and Rojo, Valencia, Carrick, Herrera, Pogba for Rooney, and there's a goal for Bournemouth. I'd love it. I would love it if they drop points, but you just know Liverpool can't defend as well. Could turn into a very, very happy few minutes for us here. But team news is up and it's going to go below your screen there. So there's the team and there's the subs. Cool guy says if Bastian isn't doing it in training, he doesn't deserve it. Funny comment, because he's obviously doing it in training to get back from the reserves. Well, training with the kids to the reserves. I think he prefers Fellaini for some god-awful reason. But you know what? As I always say, you can't have everything in life. And we've got Martial starting, we've got Mkhitaryan starting, we've got Carrick anchor in the midfield. To me, them three things are enough to win us the game. We can argue about stuff like where is that Liverpool keeper's crap, by the way. Where's Fosu Mensah, which is a valid point. Where's Schweinsteiger? But at the end of the day, I'm very, very happy with that about that. That's a Manchester United quality lineup, and I know there's been some mention in the past from what I would call idiots who say that Manchester United quality, there's no such thing as Manchester United quality. Well, I think if you're a Manchester United fan, you're an idiot if you say that. For the simple reason that is, I've supported United all of my life, as I suppose a lot of you lot have, for years and years and years. Manchester United, for the last nearly 50, 60, 70 years, have been iconic as a football team and definitely the best club in the UK, one of the best teams in the world. Of course there is such thing as Manchester United quality. It is abundantly clear and it is fact. There is such thing as a United quality player. Fellaini's not a United quality player. Lingard is not a United quality first team player. They can be bench players, they can be squad players, but when you're talking about United quality, like Jermaine Defoe is not United quality. He was never United quality when he was good. He's certainly not United quality now. He's playing in his 30s at Sunderland. He's not United quality. And Sir Alex Ferguson said it about a number of players. The thing about this United lineup is I look at it and yeah, you know what? Martial is United quality. He can be one of the best players in world football. Zlatan is world class. He's United quality. Mkhitaryan, top class player. Can he go from top class to world class in a United shirt? He's United class. You got Pogba, obviously United class. We're not all there yet, but this is what we've got to get to. This is what United have been great at in the past. And hopefully that will continue. It's 3-3! Bournemouth! Bournemouth! It's 3-3! We're not even watching that game, but it's 3-3 to Bournemouth. It's a draw, really, but they're back in it. We're celebrating that one like it matters. Let's just keep an eye on what's going to happen. Yeah, Jack Wilshere, we all hate him. He scored a goal. 3-3. They tell you what, rubbish. They're absolutely rubbish. Still 10 minutes left in this game. You know what will happen. Liverpool will go up. We needed that goal to go in the 90th minute, really, because now Liverpool will come back into this game. Liverpool are crap when they're trying to hold on to something. When it goes back to level, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm very happy with that lineup. Give us your thoughts on that. Everybody's going mad about Liverpool's defence. I mean, it is rubbish. But we I don't know how far we are off Liverpool. I was saying this before. We are 10 points off Manchester City. I think Arsenal, we are currently 11 points off. Obviously, if we win today, we played the same games, we'd be 7 behind City and we'd be 8 behind Arsenal. Yeah, that's right. So, with City not having Aguero and for 4 games, should be a hell of a lot more. And obviously, you know, they're not a great team. Arsenal are actually playing City in the next few weeks. So, realistically, even if we just keep winning, we could get to... If we win every game between now and New Year, we could be within 5 points of Arsenal or City, which is exactly what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. I personally think top 4, if we can get it, would be not a miracle, but it would be a brilliant ask from this team. And I don't think it's... I think, you know, there's no such thing as justice in life. There's no such thing as it's not fair. You know, life's not fair. And, you know, we've got to look at those drop points at home. 8 of them now, four games drawn at home. And they're massive. You put even 4 points onto what we've got at the moment, and we're right in the mix for top 4. So it's difficult, but all we can do is win our games. And today, you know what? Everton at home against United are always a tough opposition. But I'm excited by it. I'm really excited by it because I think we're in a last chance saloon when it comes to league form now. We've got to win this game. And that team, for me, is good enough. And I tell you what, Bournemouth should have just gone 4-3 up. And I guarantee Liverpool will go up the other end and win it now. Because that was a massive chance. He's running through one-on-one. And he should finish. Keeper just hits his arm, really. Unlucky. Needed that to go in for Bournemouth. Would have been lovely. But yeah, very excited. That midfield 3. A few people are saying, was it right to drop Mata when Mata? But Mata's always, you know what I would say about Mata is he's always the player who gets subbed on 70 minutes. And as much as he's been brilliant for Mourinho this season, I just don't think he's in Mourinho's top first team plans. I think he's forced his way in there brilliantly, but when it comes down to it, it's very encouraging that he could have played Mata on the right midfield today because Mata and Valencia have played very well in that position. But he's opted for Mkhitaryan in a big away game. And I think the positive about this today is that this is our biggest game of the season for many reasons. And don't come at me and say, oh, City at home. Yeah, they are big games, but because of the circumstances, we are away to Everton. Whatever happens, we've got to win this game. And we are away. And he trusts Martial and Mkhitaryan to start the game. I think that's a massive, massive positive. And this is where, hopefully, Mourinho is now starting to turn into the sort of manager we wanted and hoped at United. You know, Fellaini's fit, he's not in the team. Obviously, Rooney's suspended. I'm not convinced Rooney would have started anyway. But I'm very, very happy with it. Not about Rashford is an impact player. I'd agree with that, and I'm happy with that. I'm actually happy with this lineup, says JH. What a squad player Mata is, said Andrew Thompson. And that's a very good point from Andrew, because this is it as well. We said it at the start of the season that this squad is absolutely full of players. And I'm just watching Bournemouth here. They're on the attack. I'd love it. Oh, I'd love it if they scored. No, they're not going to score there. We've got so many players. You know, you look at who's not even on the bench today. You've got Memphis, Schneidlin, Ashley Young. There's quite a few players who are just not even on the bench today. So we need to get it to a situation, which I don't really think we've been in lately, where actually you look at our bench and go, they probably should be in the first team, but we just can't fit them in. And I think Daley Blind and Juan Mata fit perfectly into that category. I totally agree with players, with fans who think they should be playing. But then if you took Mata in, you've got to take probably Herrera or Mkhitaryan out. And I'd be there saying, well, I'd rather see Herrera and Mkhitaryan. And Darmian at left back over Daley Blind is quite a surpriser. But Bailly back on the bench is a huge positive. You're right, says German chef Hitler. And what's happening with Shaw now, says Kev McGee, injured. Sandeep says, Mark, how do you feel Jose picking the same team you wanted? One change is, of course, Blind, but I think Darmian has played okay at left back. Yeah, I spoke about that, Sandeep. I don't know whether you're late to join us or not, but absolutely ecstatic. I'm really happy with it. You know, I always do pick a team in the preview. And Bournemouth are terrible defensively as well. I always do pick a team in the lineup, and I pick a team that I would pick. I don't then I do what I think Mourinho will do, and they're never the same. But for me to pick a team as a fan that I would play, and the manager to only make one change to that, which is Darmian, which, like you say, as a left back, it's here nor there. Absolutely ecstatic with that lineup today. Cannot be under. And I think, the team I went with is probably what most fans would go with. I think the only one would be maybe you'd put Mata in, I suppose. But yeah, very, 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 very pleased with it. And I hope, I think that team should be beating Everton. And to tell you what, if this team goes away, because the thing about United is we've done so well at home this season. But have we been that great away? No. So can we go and get a great away performance against a good Premier League team at a very tough ground? That could be massive for us. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm still going to go 2-1 for United, although I've got a funny feeling there might be more goals than that because I think both teams are quite expansive. Just typing something in there. But yeah, very relaxed. I'm this game's dragging now. I think if Liverpool just took a point here, it'd be useful because they're at home to West Ham next week, so they'll win that. I just wanted to this is something we don't always do, and I do just want to do it. If I can get back there, I want to just give you the Everton team just so we've got an idea of that. So they've got Stecklenburg in goal, which we knew would be the case. Leighton Baines. Hello. What do you want? What is it? All right. And Leighton Baines, Funes Mori, Ashley Williams, who tends to have a very good game against United, Seamus Coleman, Tom Cleverley, Gareth Barry, Garner, Balassi, Morales, Lukaku. And I look at that team and I think we can beat that because I think Ross Barkley normally plays quite well against us. He's on the bench. I've always rated Delafeu, who, although he's good off the bench. Jagielka can't even get in their team anymore, which is interesting. James McCarthy, he's probably gone off the ball a bit. So their midfield of Cleverley, Barry, Garner, Balassi, Morales, I think we can do that. Lukaku, it's going to be a big ask, but Phil Jones and Rojo have just revitalised under Mourinho. He deserves massive applause for what he's done with them. And that back four, we can get at it. So I'm confident. And I tell you what, I don't think Liverpool's result today really impacts us on us reining them in because they are very far ahead of us. But if we City losing, that's interesting. We've got to win the next two games. I'm excited. We've just got to win today. That's what we've got to do. We know that. We've got to win today. And I hope that we can. Are you reading the comments? Says King of Gaming Cringe. Yes, I am King of Gaming Cringe. Rooney's so stupid, has to argue with the ref to get yellow cards, says Sayo. I don't think we'll miss Rooney today. I said it in the preview as well. I'm sort of glad that Rooney can't play. I'm sort of glad he can't play because I think Rooney never plays well at Everton, and maybe he might have been tempted to start him in this game. And I think that lineup today is the lineup I would play whether Rooney was fit or not. Maybe have Rooney on the bench, but sometimes I think we bring Rooney on the 70-minute mark, and it sort of doesn't do anything. Well, we can't do that today, so I think in many ways, I think this season is about showing what United can do without Rooney. I think he's still a big part of the squad. He's still a big part of the team, and he's a massive influence in the dressing room. But this sort of game today is, come on, let's go and do it. Lolcat says, Mark, do you think we need to buy a new striker, or is Ibra okay for now? He's okay for now. I'd like to see Rashford being used more, but he seems reluctant to do anything about Zlatan subbing him, etc. But 2 goals in midweek with his feet is positive, really positive. I'm just keeping an eye on this Bournemouth game. That'll be a corner. I love it if they beat them. I love it. But he's a big unit. He's at all the pies. Happy. I wonder if anyone's watching it. We will get lots of chances in the second half. Man United are more a second half team. What do you think, Mark? Says no comments yet. Corner to Bournemouth. Yep. West Brom will win the league, says Jacob. West Brom are currently ahead of us, as people know, which is obviously frustrating. That keeper, he's awful. Absolutely awful, isn't he? For Liverpool. Mark, question mark, says Michael Purcell. So happy Bay is back, says Shavi, which is great. Jacob Hexamar, great lineup. Who do you think will score, Mark? Says Jason Anderson. I love these sort of questions because I've got no idea. I'd like to see Mkhitaryan get his first. I mean, for me, it is. I know it was the same on Wednesday, but this has gone up a level. And everybody quite rightly did say, oh, it's only West Ham, and look what Arsenal did to West Ham. And I think that's very true. So today, the positive I took about Wednesday was the performances of Martial and Mkhitaryan, and I want to see them now do it in a game that really does matter, in a situation which, for us, this is our game of the season so far. I think we'll have more games of the season, and that's the exciting thing. But as things are at the moment, this is our most important game of the season so far, because we've got to win it. We can't, a good draw is not good enough. I'll take a bad win, scrappy, unlucky Everton loss, whatever. I would definitely take that over this. But Liverpool just on the attack now. I bet they will score. I can see a dodgy penalty coming. Oh, James Milner, the best left back in Europe. I'm just keeping an eye on this at the moment. But yeah, we've got to win this game. And as Abhishek Bat says, we can't afford to draw today, which we certainly can't. Mark, if we don't get Champions League football, do you think we'll get Griezmann? That's from Shaka Phillips. It'd be very difficult, But I'll tell you what, we always say like the video on these because it's massively about you and your comments. Obviously, it's just me and thee. But Liverpool on the attack, corner. Like the video if you hate Liverpool and you don't want them to win. 5 minutes of stoppage time. You can see what's going to come. You can see what's coming. You can guarantee it. Griezmann for Ballon d'Or, Mark, says Varane. Nah, it'd be Ronaldo. I liked what Mkhitaryan said this week as well, which is basically hinting that Klopp's a bit of a fraud. Oh my God! I think that was Sturridge. No, Origi. Very nearly scored on the spin. Very nearly. We need Liverpool to drop point. I don't know whether we're going to catch Liverpool. You've got to take every game as it comes. But I'm more thinking about every drop point for Liverpool means they're further away from that title, because I don't know what I would do if Liverpool won the title. I know my dislike for Liverpool is probably different to a lot of United fans because of age and everything like that. But I can't stand Liverpool. I hate Liverpool. I've got no empathy for Liverpool when it comes to football results or anything like that. I don't like them at all. And they're all over Bournemouth at the moment, who seem to be just have sat back a bit, and Lallana shoots wide. I think this is the team that will win every game for us, says Hype XV 1-1. We must win, Mark, because Everton are 1 point behind us, says United Branch. Well, you know what? I'm only ever looking up. Wilf's just liked the video because he hates Liverpool. A few of you must have done because it's gone up a little bit. But yeah, can't stand them. If you're new to the United stand, which some of you may well be, that tends to happen quite a lot on watch-alongs. We are the biggest, and I'd say the best, United fan channel on YouTube, simply because of all you lot getting involved. We'll be live tonight as well at 8:30 with the Sunday Night Live show, where we sort of review the week and talk a lot about United, etc. And also live tomorrow night at 8:30 with Skype United Stand, where you lot Skype in. But we're all about fan opinion. That's what it's all about. I'm going to set a little target tonight. Today we do it with the watch-alongs. We're on 54,400 subscribers. Be fantastic if we hit 55,000 while we're live on air doing this watch along for the next few hours. So if you are new to the United Stand or you haven't bothered to subscribe yet, please click the hologram in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to the channel, because 55,000 would be quite a nice thing to do on a day where I think we're going to get quite a nice result for Manchester United, which will be hopefully 3 points. I'm just keeping my eye on it for you, don't worry. Bournemouth on the attack at the moment. And as long as they're in Liverpool's half, I don't really care, because I think the most important thing is that Liverpool don't do anything. That keeper's rubbish. He's made a good one. Say, boom, shakalak, boom, boom, shakalak, boom, 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 shakalak. 4-3 to Bournemouth. Long shot from Bournemouth. Keeper's crap. Spills it. Think De Gea, but in a packed box, and it's 4-3 to Bournemouth. So whatever happens now, Liverpool aren't winning this game, and that is hugely important. Hugely important. This could be the perfect Sunday. Let's hope it is, lads. Let's hope it is. And thanks to everybody who likes the video because they hate Liverpool, because that keeper for Liverpool is absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish, which is great to see. And there's going to be plenty of tweets about that, but it sets us off on a nice start to the day, doesn't it? We don't know what's going to happen with United, obviously, but that'll be that's you know what, 4-3 to Bournemouth. The keeper's handling the ball like a piece of soap. They always slip up, don't they? But that's the fact that they're not going to win. My mate will be absolutely... He hates Liverpool more than I do. I tell you what, the Scousers as well. I mean, there must. I love the thing I love about Twitter is there'll be some tweet from some Liverpool fan saying 3-1 out there, which I'll probably might have a little look for in a minute, because they'll have been going easy or whatever like that, and they've blown it. So yeah, that's the sort of result that champions Karius. He's my man of the match for Liverpool today. Absolutely superb performance for Bournemouth. But there you go. A nice start anyway, a very nice start, and yeah, they've lost, which is brilliant. Love Mark's reaction. What a shocker for the Scouse scum, says Mike. You know what? I would never do watch-alongs for Liverpool games, but I would never be as passionate as I am for United. But Liverpool losing is always a joy to behold with me. I celebrate it passionately because I just can't stand them. I've never liked them. I hate them. And that should be the game for Bournemouth, which is very, very satisfying. Keres is in goal for Liverpool. Yes, says MP Stinks. They probably should have kept Mengele, shouldn't they? But I wouldn't laugh too hard at Liverpool, says Nakalated Coley. I'm laughing at Liverpool because I don't think we're going to catch Liverpool. I'm not saying that. I'm laughing at Liverpool because I don't want them to win the league. I think I'd have to retire from watching football if they won the league. So every point they drop makes me happy. And that's why I'm happy about that. It's nothing to do with whether United are better than Liverpool or anything like that. Let's not forget, Liverpool spent the last 25 years just hoping we don't win because they're so bad. And we might have to do that this year. Hopefully not. But we are... If we win today, we are 7 points off Liverpool as well, which is quite interesting. Very interesting, because I thought they were slightly further ahead of us, and Liverpool are 4 points off the top now. So it can all change quite quickly, but we've got to win today. But the interesting thing is we are on 20 points. Liverpool are on 30, and City are on 30, so we're 10 points off them at the moment, but if we win, we're 7 points off. And we just got to grind it. You know, this is our opportunity now. Last week and other weeks, everybody's been winning. So this is an opportunity. It's a very hard game. It's a very hard game. But I just don't like Liverpool. That's why I celebrated that. Nothing to do with whether we can catch them or not. Mark, dab if we win today, says Jimmy. I ain't dabbing unless we sell Fellaini. That's what I would say. But whoever's in fourth place on New Year's Day, if we're within 5 points of them, then I think we can do it. But it's a difficult one. I mean, I throw it to you lot. I spoke to you about this the other day, and it's a difficult one because when the Europa League starts up again in February, and we will be in the knockout stages, if we get whoever we get. So we've got the Europa League starting again in February, and then we are 5 points off fourth place, let's say, in February. We've got a big choice to make. You can't do both. You can't go for top four, and you cannot, and the Europa League. We've got to prioritise one. That's the problem. For me, we'll have a look at that in February. And to be honest, if we can get that close to fourth, it'd be great. Liverpool a shit, Mark. A system can't get titles when you have bottling average players, says George Kyle. Good. I'm glad to hear that. And Marcus says, F the Scousers, which is great. Mark, who would you say in January? Darmian, Fellaini or Morgan, says Shaka Phillips. Well, Darmian's starting games, so if he's starting games over Blind, I can't think we're going to sell him. Fellaini's on the bench. He's on the bench. He's on the bench over Schweinsteiger, so I can't see us selling Fellaini, as mad as that is. I think Schneidlin's done, isn't he? You know, if he can't be getting on the bench, I really do think he's done. But yeah, I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy with that lineup. I think the fact that Martial and Mkhitaryan are starting is superb for us. And I think it gives us a massive chance to sort of try and build our first 11 now. I mean, Mourinho is, I've said this so many times about him, in his previous careers at other clubs, he tends to have a starting 11 that he wants to use all the time. And I don't think this team is very far away from it. I think we've got a Liverpool fan on because he says, Alex W, he says, kill yourself, you ugly, see you next Tuesday. Welcome to the club. It's called Never Gonna Win Anything. And it's called Liverpool. Liverpool are nothing without Coutinho, says Amir. It's good that they've dropped points without him, actually. And obviously Aguero, not... my face is flashing because I'm close to the screen, for anybody asking. Oreo Cookie says he's talking about something. Depay is done too, says Bob FTTW. I agree with that. Best lineup could have hoped for. Carrick is key, says Sandeep Barrage, which is great. And you look in the dustbin for something... let's have a look. Herman Sonju, I don't know where this is going to go because I've started reading it. You look in the dustbin for something to eat, you find a dead rat and you think it's a treat. In your Liverpool slums, in your Liverpool slums. There we go. All we need is a Martial bicycle kick and I'm set for Christmas, says Niall Simons. It is the weekend if you are Christian or if you just celebrate Christmas because of family reasons and it brings you together. I think that's what Christmas is all about because religion, you know what. But... a lot of people are celebrating it, starting to celebrate it this weekend. It'd be nice if we can win. We've got to win. I'm not contemplating any other result, although I did say that against West Ham last week and look what happened there. Anything can happen in football. We could get beat. We are the away team. Who's the ref is the question. What do you think about the new transfer rumours about Lindelof from Benfica Lisbon? Says Bernardo Viana. What Viana? Well, Bernardo Viana, I hope you are actually a subscriber to the United Stand, because if you were a subscriber to the United Stand, which is free, and there's a little icon in the bottom left over there for you to just click and do it, you will get notifications every time we do a video. And we did a video last night, live at 8:30, because we're live at 8:30 most evenings, talking about who the centre-back for Manchester United is going to be in January, because we are signing a centre-back. We were spot on with most deals in the summer. I apologise. I keep apologising. I know loads of you there, you got it wrong about Mbolo. I did say Mbolo was going to happen and it didn't. But we were way ahead with the likes of Mkhitaryan and Pogba and Zlatan. Not Bailly. Nobody knew about Bailly. That was a great signing. And I prefer those sort of signings. But United are definitely signing a centre-back in January. I think it's between Lindelof, as you've mentioned, from Benfica, Van Dijk from Southampton, or I think as well it's that other bloke, what's he called? Jose Jimenez from Atletico Madrid, although he did play for them. He's been injured. He did play for them this weekend, so maybe that's a hard deal to do now. I like him. He's 21. Or Howard is from Schalke, who again says he wouldn't leave Schalke. But out of one of those four, I like all of them. Varying age groups. Howard is 28, Jimenez is 21, Lindelof is 22, Van Dijk is 25. But what I like about all four of them is they're attackers when it comes to defenders. They don't take any nonsense. We need a Vidic type defender. That's what worries me about United today, is that when it comes to crosses coming into our boxes or corners, we're still terrible at corners. We don't go and attack the ball, and we need a centre-back who's just no nonsense. Forget whether they can play out from the back or this John Stones crap. None of that. We need a centre-back who is a centre-back who wins his duels. Ideally in the air, but any duel's good. Which is why I'd love us to get Manolas. I'd even like Rudiger as well from Roma, but we're not going to get those deals done. But yeah, we will sign a centre-back. But there we go. I also saw Sewell being linked as well, says Stephen Lard. Yeah, I've seen that name mentioned quite a lot. And because we're live, I will have a look at him and we can do that. We like to do that. So Niklas Sewell is he's 21. He plays for Hoffenheim. And he's a good player from Germany. And he's 6'5". 6'5". That's very good. I'm stopped with the German now. 6'5", centre back. So obviously he ain't going to take any. He's going to be good in the air, and he's 21. And let me just have a look where the news is coming from. I know a lot of. I listen to a lot of what you lot are saying. ESPN, 29th of November. So last week, Chelsea planned move for Hoffenheim's Niklas Sewell. Nothing much about United. Nothing much about... Oh, Manchester United scouts advised Jose Mourinho to sign Bundesliga star Nicholas Yule, and that's in the Express. Yeah. That noise, for those people who aren't from the UK, is my interpretation of the source. Express, yeah. They're not as bad as the Sun or the Mirror, by the way, or Metro, but they're certainly not up there with people like the Times or Guardian. Vice reminds me of Adolf Hitler, says Ricky Klotz. And I was trying to do German, so at least it was German. But I'm not condoning anything he did. Evil. Big up Eddie Howe, man. I'm not a Bournemouth fan, but they should have beat. The sad thing about Bournemouth, I'm glad they won today, because I'd be glad any team beats Liverpool in the UK. However, just a nice start to Christmas as well. If United can top it off today, but also I watched the first half before the West Ham game last week, before we went live on the watch along, of Bournemouth at Arsenal, and they deserved to win that game. They just didn't score the games. Please do like the video. We're nearly on 600. We have to hit 1,000 likes on these videos, because as you know, we're massively about you. Ricky Ch R5 says, Mark, I think it's important to notice how Mourinho's lineup has become closer and close to what we all want. You're right, Ricky. And I don't know whether you're from that place. I just did that accent for. But yes, it is important to notice that Mourinho's lineup has become closer and closer to what we all want. For those of you who joined me slightly late, we do the 8:30 on a Friday preview. And in that preview, I pick a team that I would pick, and I pick a team that I think Mourinho would pick. Well, I was totally wrong with the team that Mourinho picked, and I'm one away with the team that I picked. Liverpool wanting a penalty when the Bournemouth player kicks the ball away. Get out and walk, you snoony scousers. Oh no, maybe it was the Liverpool player fouling the Bournemouth player, which means it was a penalty. Carragher. But enough of that. I'm getting excited. I forgot where I was. No, so my team was the same team as what Mourinho's picked today, which is making me very happy. The only difference was I said Daley Blind at left back over Darmian at left back, which, to be honest, I'm not too fussed about. I like Daley Blind at left back, I really do. But if he's seen something in Darmian, I'm very happy about that as well. Really am. Solid team today, says Kazan Man. I've just had a message from a mate I was on about who hates Liverpool more than me, and let's just see what he says. Just saw the Bournemouth result. Get in. Lovely stuff to watch as well. Because Liverpool were 3-1 up. It's probably one of the most enjoyable games I've watched this season, actually. Non-United game. In fact, let's not lie. It is the most exciting game I've watched this season, apart from United, which is some fantastico. So very, very happy with that lineup, I must say, and it means that we should go and win this game, and I'm very, very confident that we will win it. Why shouldn't we be confident? This team is good enough to do it. I look at that midfield three of Carrick and Herrera and Pogba, and it excites me. I like Pogba in the more advanced position. The width of Mkhitaryan and Martial is frightening, and Zlatan ultimately, Zlatan either finishes chances or he doesn't, or he doesn't. HTD the Devils says, leave the United stand alone, stop picking on them. Don't worry about it, mate. I'm not even noticing that anybody is picking up. Joel Merry says, Mark is the Alan Partridge of Manchester United fans. That's my favourite. I love Alan Partridge, so you've made it. Yeah, not too bad. Can't come on tomorrow. Got a school thing, says Sander Sagers, who's in the live comments, which is great. I'm sure he's happy because he was ranting the other night on Monday. Oh, I see why. I know what you're on about, half-time Devils. Don't worry, people can make their own mind up. We don't get involved in all that stuff. In fact, the only people I would get involved in banter is Red Men TV, Scummy Liverpool fan channel. They can have some. The amount of times we've said to them, show a pair, don't be a bottler like your team, and come on the United stand or do a preview with us, and they won't because they're terrified they'll get buried. They do it in their own confines with their own little scripts because they're terrified of actually coming on a proper fan channel, and that's what the United stand is. Not scripted, live with actual viewers, with real viewers, real opinion. I'm pointing the wrong way. Real opinion, real fans, live. That's what we do. We've always done it. People try and copy it and they fall flat on their face because they're terrified of what might be on the end of the phone or what might be on the live comments. We're not. We embrace it. Whoever you support. But you better support United because that's the best way. Kids Tech has gone prediction. Everton 1, Manchester United 2. Well done, pal. I went for that. Gav Lad just said score prediction, Mark. I went 2-1 United. Although I've got a funny feeling there might be some real Christmas cracker goals in this game tonight. I think there will be. I've got a funny feeling. Get your bets on below. The worst Ray Winston impression you'll ever get, and I nearly need a cough. So yeah, very, very pleased. Neil Johnson, he was never anti-Rooney. There's a good couple of points I want to bring up on actually, because people are sort of bringing these sort of things up, and I think it's very important to clarify what they are. Bay back on the bench is true. As I just let that filter out there. I think what people don't realise about the United Stand is it is your channel. It is a Manchester United fan channel made by the fans for the fans, and that's why we used to for the game have somebody. I'm rubbish at this. There in the box. And then a lot of you lot said, no, we much prefer it if it's just you when the game's live and we get to talk and you read it all out and everything like that. So that's one strand to it. You've got Skype Goldbridge, which we try and do as much as possible, but it will always be 8:30 on a Monday, where we go live in this studio and you Skype in and you talk about whatever you want. The United Stand is your channel. It's a fan channel. It's about interaction. I will tell you what I think, but you will come back and I will read it out. That's how it works. My opinion is not the opinion of the United Stand, is what I'm getting at here. And as I said, Scorpion 1129 Gaming, it doesn't surprise me that other fan channels are now doing call-ins, because a lot of fan channels copy what we do, because what we do is good. Let them do it, because you'll get more interaction out of everybody then, so that's fine. I don't care. But when people say to me, oh, you like Rooney now and you hated him before, I still think Rooney's finished in relation to the player that he was. I think he's on the decline. However, I don't put any... I thought on Wednesday he was superb. I didn't see that performance coming. And when I am wrong, I will say I'm wrong. And I was wrong. I didn't think Rooney had that performance in him. But I tell you why he's got that performance in him. Because of the manager. I didn't think Rojo... I've slated Rojo for a long time. I think he's a shocking defender. I think he's absolute crap. Shouldn't be anywhere near a United shirt until 2 weeks ago. And that's down to Mourinho. He's turned him into a defender. He's basically stopped him jumping in, stopped him giving defenders too much space, and turned him into a no-nonsense, get the ball defender. Brilliant. Same with Phil Jones. If you can keep him fit, who knows what future Phil Jones has got. And the final one I want to mention is Valencia. I've been giving Valencia a hell of a lot of stick for a long, long time, saying that he's not a right-back, he's all heart, he's not a right-back, and his positional sense will cost us goals during the season. I'm not totally convinced that that's not the case. I personally think Valencia is a right midfielder, is a good option, but I want, obviously, Mkhitaryan to play there. But my biggest praise I can give to Valencia is this. I don't know whether we should sign a right back in January, because I'd always said we need to go and buy a specialist right back, and maybe Mourinho will do. But I think Valencia at the moment is sort of in that echelon of being consistently one of our best 4 players in every performance. Not always man of the match, but consistently one of the best 4 players, and that's superb. He's he's all heart, which I think is very important. I think the first thing you've got to do in a United shirt, and probably the reason Jesse Lingard has got more games this season than others, is because as bad as Lingard is in the sense I wouldn't have him in a starting United team. He's a sub. He gets what Manchester United are like. He gets what United are. I've just seen Draughty Devil there on the corner of my eye in the live comments, and it's apt that I'm talking about Jesse Lingard when the Draughty Devil's on the live comments, which I must almost also congratulate, because he designs all these studios and they are absolutely superb. Follow him on Twitter, and if you've not seen the promo, which we will be putting up on the YouTube, he's probably got it on his Twitter right now. It is superb, and it's a promo for the United Stand. Loads of Kev, little bits of me, and some of you lot as well. But Jesse Lingard gets in the United team this season a lot because he gets what it's all about. Playing for United, pride, everything like that. What United needed, and what Mourinho is now starting to implement into the team, is the talented players who are the ones we need to play, but they also are trying hard, like your Lingards, etc. So Martial, Mkhitaryan, if they try as hard and get it as much as Lingard, then Lingard has to go on the bench because they're better players. But back to Valencia, he gets it. He tries, he works really hard. And I think he's almost undroppable. Thomas Gangman has come on saying you'll never walk alone. I think you're going to get a gang bang, Thomas, because you're going to get it. Your team's just had one, and you will, because we're all laughing at Liverpool today. Kyle Stanton, Redmen TV went on United People's TV and it was quite good. Redmen TV went on United People's TV and it was quite good. One, who's United People's TV? I think they're quite small and insignificant. And two, I think they're also owned by the same company who own Redmen TV, so that's why they do it. These channels won't go on other channels because they don't want that. They only do it in their safe environment where it's all scripted and everything like that. And if Redmen TV came on the United stand, they would get buried. Thomas Gangang, have you dried your tears now? Says George Kyle. Did you have a good time?
I just didn't really want to be there.
All right.
Everyone was drinking loads, and I had a chat with the people that I knew, and then I just decided to come home. I just said to Tash that you've had a bit of bad news, and she was fine about it. I'm going to go off dinner in the next couple of weeks.
Right. I'm live anyway. Jamaica loving United stand, says Alvin. Hey, let us all know where you're calling from. That'd be really interesting. We haven't done that for a couple of weeks. Tom Derry says, what do you think of Full Time Devils? I think it's a very, very good fan channel. I think it's a very big fan channel, and I think it was never our intention or their intention that we would be head-to-head competing, because I think everybody would, in fairness, I think there is a bit of crossover, and I think there has been a bit of crossover, but that's down to them if they want to do that. But ultimately, I think we're miles apart, and we never want to be like that. We're about fan content, and also the most important thing when it comes down to anything, and I want to move back onto football here, is we're 100% independent. And we are 100% about fan opinion, and we are 100% about live content, and nobody else is like that. I'm sure there will be others like that, and hopefully they will be. I think it's a bit sad that people would jump into the United arena to do that, because we are the best. I'm only joking. No, maybe we are. But hopefully more and more other clubs will start doing this, and then they might want to come on the United stand. I think the sad situation with fan content at the moment is they hide behind it saying, we're fan content, everyone's tired of the lying media and boring ex-pros, which is very true, but you're not fan content because you're actually owned by big, massive other medias, and you pretend to be fan content, and you'll only work with the teams that are in the channels that are within that. I think what would really explode fan content is if people like Arsenal Fan TV, Redmen TV, or whoever else actually did have the balls to come on the United stand and actually did do proper fan content, which they won't do. And they'll take that opinion from me or the people involved in the United stand as being aggressive. We don't want to work with them. It's not being aggressive. We're a passionate fan channel, and we want to talk to people and be passionate about it. And that doesn't happen. So that's why we open up on a Monday night, 8:30, and I did it again on Thursday because we had a spare evening, and any spare evening we'll do it at 8:30 on a Thursday, where I open up a show. Hello, welcome to the United Stand. Bang, Skype. Who's on the phone? Who's coming in? What do you want to say? That's what real fan opinion is, and that is why we do it. And it doesn't matter who you support. Primarily United, but we've had Liverpool fans come on who've actually spoken sense. Sounds like some sort of miracle, but it has happened, and that's what it's all about. Anyway, rant over, let's get on. Ghana is where Suleiman is watching from, and we've whizzed through. And I want to tell you what I want to say as well is we've got 729 likes on this video. Drop a like on this video because you all deserve one, because this show is massively about you. I can't do it all on my own. I need content to feed off, but drop us a like on the video because it's been superb, and I can't believe how close we are to the kickoff. We're like literally 14 minutes away. So there's some things that I need to do. I think we're going to have Ross on at half time giving his thoughts. We do try to get people on, and that reminds me, after Sunday Night Live tonight, there should be some massive changes with the content that we're providing. Not in relation to the content we're providing, but just the way the show's run. So keep an eye out on that. We're never going to stop doing watch-alongs. We're never going to stop doing the live previews, and we're never going to stop doing transfer shows, which I did last night, or Skype Goldbridge. But it's just the way we run the shows, because I think there's there are some more steps we can make to be a little bit more interactive than we are. And I think we're already very interactive. But there are some other things we can do. Okay, while I'm just filling a little bit of time in my mind, because I do produce and do this all on my own as well. You know, I haven't got a media company behind the scenes going, Mark, we're just about to do this now, we're about to do that for you, everything like that. Everything I do is provided by the people like Draughty Devil, who does all the studios. But when we're live, I'm updating everything and I'm doing it. So I don't want a medal. I know it'd be nice, but I don't want no medals. I do it. I enjoy doing it, and I love, absolutely. People say, "Why do you do it? Why do you do it for 3 hours, etc., and everything like that?" That's because I'll do this for as long as people watch it, because I love bouncing off the live comments. I hate pre-recorded material. I know a lot of people do that, and that's nothing against them, but I hate pre-recording something and saying, "Oh, it's up at 4 o'clock tomorrow." That's not why I do this. I love the interaction of with you lot. Red in the bed, 1k likes before kickoff. Like. I think we can do it. We've only done it once before. We normally get 1,000 likes over the whole game, but if we can get 1,000 likes before the video starts, the game starts, that'd be great. Get Kevin soon, says Emad Shakig. It's like you're reading my mind. We've got a massive Christmas special coming up 2 weeks tonight. So we're live every Sunday at 8:30, 52 weeks of a year, even through the summer. We're always live. But our Christmas special, I'm trying to get the Draughty Devil, if he's on the live comments, or if you follow him on Twitter, drop him a tweet and say, sort out the Christmas studio for the United stand, because the one he did last year was great. Dan Demand says try and get 55,000 subs. We'll try and do that. It's difficult, but we'll try. Cheetah, you should do a video with a certain channel, he says. I will not do a video with a certain channel with that person, for the simple reason that I went to a funeral on Friday for a lad, one of my friends, who's like 40, died of cancer. He's got 3 young kids, and a lot of people knew that over the last week, and that person from that channel decided it would be a very good week to start goading me and making videos about me. I emailed him and I said, can you just, we can do this head-to-head goading in a couple of weeks, but I don't really need that sort of stuff at the moment. Life is not that important to me at the moment when it comes to this sort of content. Can you stop doing it, please? And he carried on doing it. So as far as I'm concerned, he can take a long walk and go and play with the traffic, because I will never do a video with him anymore. And that's that. I don't really hold grudges, but I think there's certain things in life where, somebody should have some moral fibre. And to me, he's a CUNT. There we go. Where's Alex gone? He's cool. Dre says, Alex is always on Sunday night at 8:30. He couldn't do it last week. And I'm hoping to get him on tonight. And I was going to do this joke at 8:30 because you're all brilliant. I'll say this joke now because it's not a joke. Alex may not be able to visually appear on the show tonight, but he may be able to do his voice because he spilt water on his laptop. I'm running some tests on the laptop because I don't think it's water. I think it's some sort of liquid that has emanated from Alex, but I don't think it's water. And I don't think what he was looking at was legal. But there we go. I think Marshall should get the man of the match, says Kings Z44. It's a little bit early for the man of the match, mate, but hopefully everyone's enjoying the show. I'm really enjoying it today. I really am. Really good stuff. Joey, hopefully. I'm flying home from Sunday football, get the other way. I'm hoping to get Joey on the show tonight because he's not been on for ages. That would be fantastic because we've got a fantastic team on the United stand, of which all of you are it now, because you can be on a Sunday night. And like Sander Sagers, he was on the live comments before. He came on last Monday night, was absolute brilliant rant. That's what we want. We want passion. And invited him onto the watch along for the game against West Ham on Wednesday. So you know what? There are massive opportunities to get involved in the United stand. Darren James has just called Spunky Alex. He's going to get roasted again, Ashwin. Don't worry, I will do it if he's on the show tonight. We're very close to 1,000 likes. We're very close to the start of the game. I'm hoping that this Liverpool 3-1 to 4-3 loss bottle job is a massive indicator that United are going to get a performance as well. I feel it's going to be a positive Sunday for us, and I think we're going to do it. So you're with us. Hopefully you're going to stay with us for when the game starts. The way the watch along works is obviously we can't show you live footage. Maybe one day some big media company will snap up the idea and we'll say, up yours. No, we're not doing that, because we always want to be independent. So we're never going to be able to show you the live footage of the game, because that's not going to happen unless they massively change the public rights of showing the games. However, we are watching it. I'm sure a lot of you are watching it. But because we're on YouTube, we're never sync for sync second live. There is going to be a delay. So what we do is, we're below 0-0, there'll be a timer that starts, which I can probably do I prepared earlier for you, if I can get it to work, which is very easy. Come on, mofo. Okay, so the timer's there. The game hasn't started. It's not started, but that's where the timer will start when the game does start. And what a lot of people will do, is they will pause their coverage and sync in with us, because you get more out of it that way. But however you want to do it, there will be a timer as soon as the game starts. So I think we're in a very good position. Since we've gone live, we have, I know a lot of you are interested in this as well. Since we've gone live, we have, that's wrong, I don't know what's gone wrong there. So we've not even, with so much to talk about. You've been absolutely fantastic, because the last hour has just literally flown by. We've got so much to talk about. But Eric Bailly has he's on the bench for United, which is great. Right, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you all mean about copying the United stand. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But there you go. Teams are just about to come out. Take it as a compliment. What else was I going to do? Something I was going to do. Okay, so since we've been on air, I think we've nearly hit 1,000 likes before a kickoff, which is absolutely brilliant from you lot, as per usual. You are the best, but we've got 50. Well, we started the show with 55,400 subscribers. No, we didn't. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. Has anyone watched The Grinch yet? We started the show with 54,400 subscribers, and I said it'd be bloody brilliant if we got 55,000 subscribers while we're on air. And we have currently got 54,520. So we've got a whole game to get through it, but let's do it. If there is anybody new to the United Stand, you have probably stumbled on the best Christmas present you're going to get this year. Not just because you get to see my ugly mug, but basically, if you're a supporter of your Manchester United or interactive football content, you've just found the best YouTube football channel in the world for interactive banter, talk about football, basically the real opinion about football. And we're live every night at 8:30 with various shows, whether it's match previews, whether it's Sunday Night Live tonight, whether it's Skype in shows where you become the star of the show on 8:30 on a Monday. And watch-alongs for every game. We're live with the team news and all the way through. You've stumbled upon it in the bottom right-hand corner of your video, which is, I was right the first time, down there. There's a hologram. Click it, subscribe it, and let's see. As Lamar Luam has just said, I've subscribed to you. You're brilliant. He didn't say that, you're brilliant bit, but he probably thinks it. And let's see if we can get 55,000 subscribers while we're on live today, because I've got a funny feeling that could be the hat trick. Liverpool blowing a 3-1 lead and losing 4-3 is brilliant. Manchester United winning away at Everton with Mkhitaryan and Martial in the team would be superb. And then 55,000 subscribers is quite a nice landmark to hit on that day. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free, and then you'll get notified every time we go live. And I think the great thing is, I love doing the watch-alongs and the live content. But the great thing is that people stumble upon us through these shows, and then they go and watch everything else and start getting involved, and you see that sort of content and interaction. So there we go. Thoughts on Arsenal, says James Brown. Well, they're not 4th anymore. G-Van says, yo Mark, this channel is straight up the best YouTube fan channel. The content, the host, the guests, the backdrops, ace stuff. You forgot one thing. You lot. Without you lot watching in the live content, it really doesn't work. And Alex hates me saying it's your channel because he says, well, it's not. But it is. Because it just doesn't work without it. It doesn't work. Arad says the United Stand is one of my favourite channels to watch. Why are we not your favourite? Why are we not your favourite? I'm only joking. And BJ Styles says, I live in England. That's it. Barkley's on the bench, says Chris Evans. Hope it's not the ginger one. Then again, maybe it is. Yeah, I think that's a positive. I think Barkley always raises it against United. So I'm very, very pleased about that. But maybe that I haven't really seen Everton this season. I know they had quite a good start. But I haven't really seen them at all. Game is very, very close to kick-off. How long no one understood, we were holding back the flood. We've got to win this. We've got to win this. I think if you've been watching the last hour, you know I'm probably a little bit more pumped up than I normally have. It's a bit like the cherry on the cake with Liverpool as well. But I'm nervous today because I think this game today is absolutely... We've got to win it. And if we don't win it, I think tonight on the Sunday night show, it's going to be very interesting as to how we all differently interpretate it. And do join us for that. I think if we do win, then we will do it. They're doing another minute's silence for Chappy Cohen's, which is obviously horrific, but I was already talking over it anyway. And we did do the 2 minutes on Wednesday night. So I'm not being disrespectful. I think it's horrific. Really sad news. And it just shows you how fragile life is. Fast death comes at you fast, and if you know, I've had a bloody horrible week with what I went to on funeral on Friday. More bad news today, and all I'll just say as well is I feel bad that I'm talking over this silences, but in real life, whoever you support, wherever you're here, enjoy every minute. I really do mean that. Enjoy every minute because you never know what's coming around the corner. Put a smile on your face, put a smile on everybody else's face. Enjoy it, and just you don't know how long you're here for, and I don't want to be morbid, but you don't. So don't waste your time thinking of what's ahead. Enjoy now. I'm still talking over it, aren't I? We're about ready anyway. We're about ready, which is great. I will start the timer as soon as the game kicks off. In fact, we can do that. 2-1 would be a nice win, wouldn't it? It really would. So we're about to kick off. This is what we're all here for. This is the one. This is the one. There's a brilliant book by Daniel Taylor about Sir Alex Ferguson if you're looking for Christmas presents. In fact, we were thinking about doing that. I've bought some fantastic United products this year because my cousins and daughter and everyone like that, they're massive fans of United, and there's some great stuff out there. In fact, I bought this thing. I shouldn't be plugging United because they've got enough money, but then again, they might go and buy Griezmann, so maybe I should. Bought this thing off Amazon, which is like it's a puzzle, but it's like a 3D puzzle of Old Trafford, and it looks like it takes bloody ages to build. I can't wait to do it. I bought one for my daughter and I bought one for my cousin. About 20 quid. Looks brilliant, really, really good. But if you're looking for books, the game's kicked off. Shut up, Mark. Let's get on with the game. Right, where are we? Oh no, I've forgotten to do as well, which is slightly annoying. Slightly annoying, but we'll sort it out. So, free kick to Everton early on, which is fine. We can deal with that. It's in their own half. Everton, it was Liverpool, wasn't it? It was Liverpool who, when we were watching that game, they had like a new camera angle. I'm not sure if there's a bit of a new camera angle going on at Everton. I don't think there is, but no, there's not. But let's do this. Let's do this. Let's win this game. CJW21, you have a daughter? Question mark. How old is she and you? And 4-1 win today, says Morgan Gibson. I'd love that. I think Everton are a step into the unknown. They're not in one sense because it is Manchester United coming into town. I mean, what about West Ham yesterday? The screen I'm watching is there, by the way, if that looks a bit odd to you. What a ridiculous thing that was with West Ham. You know, they play United at Old Trafford like their lives depend on it, and then a London derby at home, they roll over. And it just shows you what United are always up against, which is teams who just are absolutely up for it. Lukaku's just bullied Phil Jones a little bit there in holding the ball up, and that could be a feature. And well defended by Carrick, because Morelos was just coming in to head it home. You know, 2 minutes gone. We are the away team. Let's not forget that. We are Manchester United. If anyone's forget that, get to your doctors. And Everton always produce at United. You know, I think it doesn't matter where we are really. Watford, whatever. They're always going to produce it. So we're not going to dominate this game and have it all our own way. I don't think. I hope we do. So we're going to have to work for this result. We'll have to work for it, and I hope we do. Would you make a video of doing the puzzle? Says Benny. That's a very good idea. As long as it's just me making it and you don't want me to do it just so you can have a look at kids. I'm only joking, Benny. I'm only joking. Liverpool lost 4-3, says Arfat. Yep. Well, we were live three hours before. We were live an hour before kickoff because we were always alive an hour before kickoff for the team news. And I actually had Liverpool-Bournemouth on the TV at the time. And it was very, very enjoyable to watch, I tell you. It was brilliant. They were 3-1 up. And they absolutely bottled it. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You'll never recreate the brilliance of it live, but please do watch it back. Categor HD says he can't show the match because of copyright. Yes, if you're new to the United Standing Out, you don't know what a watch-along is. I think most of you do by now. We can't show you the live footage. It was actually your idea to do this. You said, can't you just... go live when you're watching the match and we can all interact, because I think a lot of people watch these games. I'm going to stop doing that since I think a lot of people watch United games, you know, on their own or with people who don't support United. So I think that's the beauty of the watch along. Really, it's that interaction and shared opinion. You know, I do get a few messages from a lot of you saying, you know, I really didn't see what you saw, Mark. You're brilliant. Mostly from my mum, but no, you know. And it is interesting, you know, we've had a few like penalty decisions, free kicks, and a lot of you say, no way penalty, and viewers are saying yes. So it's good, but the interaction is great. And what I do like is Daniel Wong, I don't like this comment, he says, rest in peace, Basti's playing time, which I think might be true. But what I do like is the some of the comments that come out. I like the funny stuff. If I can I'll tweet it out then, you know, like funny analogies. Like couldn't hit an ocean from a boat, or could, you know, about as useful as a chocolate teapot, that sort of stuff. But I like the stuff that you come out with, the tactics and stuff. They're very, very good. But 5 minutes in, I went 2-1. Shaka Phillips, he loves his transfer stuff, which we do on the United Stand, but there's a time and place. He says, who would be your summer signings, Mark? Griezmann, Matuidi, Lozano, Seamus Coleman, Jimenez, Coke and Godin. I think the thing about United is we showed last summer we can sign anybody we want to, so thinking about who we might sign in December is probably not easy to do, because who knows who's going to have a good end to the season, who's available, etc. But I think a lot of it comes down to whether we're in the Champions League. And I think this game today, if we don't win it, I think the Champions League will become very, very difficult for us. Mkhitaryan just shoved off the ball there. I mean, that is my only concern about Mkhitaryan. I think he's a great player, but he can be lightweight through no fault of his own. He can get pushed off. I don't know whether anybody's ever played FIFA 17 actually, but even in that, he's very difficult to sort. I don't play him much in my team because he is very difficult. He is quite lightweight. Muhadini says, you stupid dog-faced fool. You've got to have better bants than that, mate. Well, it's not even bants, is it? You've got to have better dig-outs than that. Everton is getting close to our goal, says Vinita. Mark, what are your thoughts on Lukaku? Good question, Tebow. I'll sort of try and fit that into the game at some point because we are obviously playing Everton. But Martial's just, I mean, Seamus Coleman is an interesting one to watch. I've always quite liked him as a United prospect, but Martial has murdered him a couple of times. I hope he does today. And I don't know whether we need to get Coleman now because I think Valencia's been superb at right back, and you could argue that he's one of the best right backs in the league, which is great. But Everton are absolutely, from my interpretation, I don't know what yours are. I think that Everton are just packing the midfield and trying to hit us on the break. Riari, I'm not going to read the Slaters anymore. Zara is getting on really well. She's very busy working with United, and I think bits with the BBC as well now, which is why she doesn't do. If you're going to go down that route, which I think is the right route for a young up and coming journalist of her talent to do, you can't really be doing fan content because obviously proper fan content is saying it how it is and not going along with the status quo or saying things because you want to get interviews with players and stuff like that. I think real fan content, you've got to be controversial, and it's not controversial, say what you think. Good switch of the play from Zlatan there. Bad first touch by Darmian, but there might be an overrun from Herrera if he can get the cross in, which he has, and just over Martial, but it comes to Valencia. Pogba, a little bit of time, he might hit it. Yeah, he was stretching at that, and it's wide. She's doing a lot of... So, yeah, she's not going to be on any fan content anymore because she's got to keep her nose clean. And that's great. But, still speak to her. BJT, watching from Australia. I've had a horrible day. My girlfriend dumped me. I didn't mean to laugh. I hope she didn't. Don't worry, there's plenty more fish in the sea. Shout me out, says Reese Lafferty. What's Sarah's job at United, says Benny. I don't know. I think she does like journalist. She writes articles for them. I don't definitely know. Oh, Mkhitaryan to Martial, please. He's missed. I think he was offside anyway. He was offside. He missed it anyway, but he just fell to Mkhitaryan with Martial running. The pass went. He couldn't have played the pass any quicker. He's through 1-on-1 and he missed, but he was offside. He was offside. From that angle he was. I'd like to see it straight. Yeah, they're not going to show it straight. Do we get to see the actual game, says Seth Green? I've seen you on before, Seth. No, we can't do it. Unfortunately, it's a watch-along. So if you're not watching it, we will definitely give you all the best bits from the game, so you're not going to miss anything out. Or if you are watching it, just sync in with our clock below and get commenting on everything. And I tell you what, I want to applaud you all as well. We've hit over 1,000 likes on the video before the game we did it, apparently, according to Mad Marcus, which is brilliant. Liam Sim says his day's amazing because he's got a girlfriend. I'm not laughing at the person who's been dumped. I'm not. But at least you've got over 1,000 United fans, and hopefully you are a United fan because that would be depressing if you're not. To have a little bit of banter with while you're watching the game. Star Blogger's bet this weekend was United, Arsenal and Bournemouth. That must be good odds. That must have been really good odds. Arsenal away to West Ham, you'd expect that. But we're away to Everton and Bournemouth home to Liverpool. I'd say you probably would have got about 7-1, maybe even better. 50-50 game so far, 9 minutes in. Somebody's going to shoot from 40 yards against De Gea. Good luck with that, mate. It might be Christmas, but it's not miracle time. Comdry North says, hi, Mark. Should we keep Rojo now, says Toxic Plays. Well, he's doing all right. I don't think we'll sell him in January. Rooney's suspended because he got 5 yellow cards. Where did you buy your jacket from, says Jaden Luis. I get asked this quite a lot. Where did I buy it from? It's not available anymore. You've got to be very, very quick with these sort of things. I mean, I like tracksuit tops, but they do some retro stuff. And this is not available anymore. It was around... I think it was out about September time last year, and I got it for Christmas last year on the main Manchester United website. But I looked on there the other day, and it's not there. You might be able to pick it up from Adidas. Whoa, that's late, and it should be a yellow card. Gareth Barry, straight in on Zlatan. All up for it, and the ref bottles it. How is that not a yellow card there? It's atrocious. It's bordering on red. It's a red. Oh my goodness me. Michael Oliver is an awful ref. Well, I don't know what people are saying. Let's have a look, because I'm just tweeting it out while I'm listening and watching as well. Cameron says it wasn't a red. RCG99, yes, he's a CUNT. Yellow at least, says John Cena. Oi Mark. Assault, says Andrew Thompson. To not even get a yellow is just bloody ridiculous. Not a red card, but surely a yellow, says CTC Jackie. This ref hates Man United. Well, this is the referee who let Joe Hart a couple of years ago basically headbutt him and didn't wash for a week because he was so happy about it. Well, the USA broadcasters said he's a great ref. You see, that's where they let themselves down. And I'm not got anything against American people, but people do say, "Oh, you don't know anything about football because you call it soccer and everything like that." And then broadcasters are letting you down, really, because I know loads of people like Joey, especially, loads about football. But that's just naive. He's an awful ref. Absolute stonewall yellow card, could have gone for that though, says Joel Merry. Yeah, I'm not saying it was a red. I think this early in a game it would be. I wouldn't agree with it, but it was a stonewall yellow. Saeed Sharif says it's brilliant refereeing. There's no way you support Manchester United. And Emma Stevenson says you're my favourite YouTuber, Mark. Well, that's great, because that means that you yourself are not. Are your favourite YouTuber, because you're the ones who make this channel. So Everton are obviously going to be quite rough with us. Would be my interpretation. But we'll see. Anyway, might get Zlatan up for it a little bit. Just a shocking referee. Herrera into Zlatan. It's very congested in the midfield. I don't know what... See, what Zlatan doing there is he's playing a pass that Pogba cannot get. And it's a hard pass he plays when he could have just given it Pogba's feet. I liked the way Mkhitaryan and Valencia linked up against West Ham, and I'd hope that we can see that develop more. It's a 50-50 game so far, says Peter Doyle, which I would agree with. Zaid Sharif is on about United fans consoling each other. It's a United fan channel, mate. It's nothing to do with consoling. You're the one who doesn't support United but are wasting your afternoon probably watching United and watching a United fan channel. There's only one loser, and it's not us. Rashford up front, says Stephen McNulty. A bit early to say that, Stephen, I think, but you may be proved right. And Mad Marcus says both teams are feeling each other out. I don't know what you're watching, Mad Marcus, but this ain't. I'm not watching that. And Robbie Stevens says worst YouTube ever. Yeah, you're watching it, Robbie. Terrible ref, says Johnny Plays 23, and now United owns the game, says Oran. Why is Ibrahimovic and Pogba looking for each other, says Olashore. Oh my god, this ref likes assault and hates football, says Random Fun. I think they can certainly take some encouragement. Good control by Zlatan on the break, but tackled, and it might go for a corner for United. Sorry to just do that text while we're live on air, but it's a bit of a family emergency and had a bit of bad news before I came online, so people are trying to ring me, so I'm just sending a message. Is the clock slow? 15th? No, it isn't. It's bang on. What may be happening is you might be watching it on a stream that is ahead of us, and most people will just pause and sink in with us, which is why we have the clock there. That's a dangerous ball, but Rojo goes to ground. It's a yellow card for Rojo. What an idiot. What an absolute idiot this referee is. Oh, I tell you what, Rojo could have gone for that. Rojo could have gone for that. I've got to be consistent. You know what? I'm not being biased. I'm not being biased. He should have gone. He should have got a straight red. And I never want to say that. But any player of United does that, I'd have to say it. It was a straight red. What's wrong with the Argentinians this weekend? Well, I'll have a look at the live comments because I'm putting it out. It's a shocking tackle, says Sporting Filming Stand. That's a red for Rojo. Should be off. Rojo booked and Barry not Adrian Smith is exactly the line I was going to go down until I saw the Rojo tackle back. And what are we doing defending there? We are shocking on crosses. Cross comes in then, and there's 4 Everton players queuing up on the back post and no United defenders. It's bloody disgrace. I just don't even know what we're doing. I mean, Jones is actually fouled, but we're playing offside as well. We're shocking on crosses. Really bad. He needs to sort that out. I'm sure he will do. Zlatan's passing's off as well. We're a bit all at sea at the moment. We sort of need to get our head together a bit because we're very lucky not to be down to 10 men. Good play by Valencia here. Give it to Mickey. Yeah. I do want to take some of your comments. I would slap this rest, says Amar. Rojo with 2-foot lunge. Crazy, says Carl Curran. That was a straight red, says Walker 112. Pogba's nearly in, but we get a corner. It was a leg breaker, it says Carl Curran. Mark, thoughts on Liverpool losing to Bournemouth? Ecstatic. Lightning Raptor, I'm ecstatic. Roma Dude, Mark, Rojo is being Rojo. Who passed it short, said Ridwan. It was Herrera. It's a very good point, actually, by Ridwan. It was, he shouldn't tackle like that, but it was a hospital pass by Herrera, which is interpreted as a bad pass. It was way too short. If you want Manchester United to win, click a like, says BJ Styles. I like your thinking. But I think what this game is showing so far is that as well as we played against West Ham and as well as we might have played at home, you're not going to go away from home and absolutely dominate somebody. And we're going to have to work very hard to get this result because we're certainly not being convincing so far. Neither of Everton. What's the score? Said somebody. It's that thing below me, but it says 0-0. Barry poor challenging the fact that both players went in, probably saved Rojo. But if the ref saw it again, it'd be a red, says VK Dean. Yeah. I think Rojo. I mean, I'm not as close to the action as the referee. I'm sure you lot aren't either. Well, you're obviously not. But when I first saw it, I thought he was going to book the Everton player because I thought it was a foul by them. But then when you watch it back, it's just red card every day of the week. If Barry's handballed there, why is it not a yellow card? Why is he not booking Gareth Barry? He should have been booked in the first place, and then it's a handball. He's just an absolute awful ref. I mean, I would throw the. Oh my God! Deliberate yellow, deliberate handball. And no yellow. He's had 2 Stonewall yellows. Oh, well, you know what? I mean, I don't know whether we have any Everton fans watching, but from a Manchester United point of view, Gareth Barry should be sent off because he's had 2 yellow cards but received none, which is a miracle. And Rojo should have been sent off. So the referee is absolutely destroying the game. It's Gareth Barry again, going through the back of Herrera. It's just the referee needs to book Gareth Barry because... Good tackle by Valencia. Surprised he didn't give a foul. Carrick. passes it to an Everton player. That's not like him. Balassi skins Darmian. Wouldn't have happened to Blind. Cross coming in, queuing up. Well played, Phil Jones. Rojo, at least he clears it. Manhandled to the floor. It's got to be a foul. He gives a foul against Martial. Jesus Christ. Martial's getting away from Coleman. He is rugby tackled to the ground and he's given a foul to Everton. He's giving bad referees a bad name. He is that bad. Here we go. Martial, it's a bit 50-50, but twat. And again, Everton all over us on crosses. And we're playing on a little bit quicker now, but Valencia goes out for a throw. It's very fast. I'm enjoying the game. It's very fast paced, but the referee is a concern. Jack Tebb says he thinks Everton will win it 3-0. No, I don't think that's going to happen, mate. What the hell is this ref doing? Says Joel Merry. I agree. I think for both sides, you know, I'm not going to be biased and say that Rayo shouldn't have been sent off, but the ref has been more. I suppose we should just be grateful that Rojo wasn't sent off, but he's very much clueless, says Jesse Lingard, who's probably sat on the bench as he says that. Mark, what's your opinion on Atletico Madrid and Barcelona? Says Shaka Phillips. None at the moment, Shaka. I don't want to be rude, but we're in the midst of a battle, and my thoughts are focused on United. I will talk about Lukaku when it dies down a little bit, because I know somebody asked about that. But we've got to win this game. Get Bay on the pitch already. Well, if Bay is fit, put him on, he'll kill Lukaku. The ref is a dick, says Jay Bradford. I would agree with that. RCG99 expands on that point and calls the ref a something rhyming with Boat, but you substitute B for T. Everton will lose 6-4, says Wandil. I'd love a 6-4 game. It does feel like a bit of a day with a lot of goals in it, doesn't it? Be nice to watch Match of the Day tonight after Sunday Night Live on the United Stand at 8:30. Little plug there. This is dying down a little bit at the moment. Right. I forgot to say about that. When we were live before, we said that we had 54,400 subscribers, and it'd be fantastic to hit 55,000 subscribers. And don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on the game. 55,000 subscribers while we're live on air. It's free to subscribe to the United Stand. It's free to watch the United Stand. We have daily content. We're normally live every night at 8:30 with varying different content and other stuff. So if you stumbled upon us, please do subscribe. The hologram's in the bottom right hand corner, and then you'll get notified every time we do go live, because we basically are live. We've broke up an attack here. So yeah, just click the subscribe, and if we could hit 55,000 during this game, it would be brilliant. And I'm sure out of the couple of thousand of you are watching, there should be a few of you who are new. Please subscribe, and if you do subscribe, make sure you get involved with all our other shows, because we are all about interactive content. But Monday Night Live as well is Monday night at 8:30 is Skype. You Skype in and basically set the show for an hour from 8:30. So we had a couple of people last week who just came on absolutely ranting about how the press and the FA and the referees are treating United, and it was a joy to watch and listen to. So do get involved in that. But yeah, please do subscribe. It'd be great to hit 55,000, because I'm starting to feel a little bit festive today, I must admit. And Everton, Bournemouth beating Liverpool was great, and if we can win this, even better. Adolf Hitler, this is the Adolf Hitler name on the live comment, says gas the ref. Thank God you're dead, mate, because you can't do that sort of thing. Just subbed, mate, not a United fan. Oh, I must read that comment. KHFC fan, just sub, mate, not a United fan. My team's non-league. Well, anybody can subscribe and get involved. In fact, on Skype United Stand on a Monday night 8:30, we've had fans of other club coming on, which is fine. If you've got an opinion on United, brilliant. A lot of you talking about the referees. It's people say that it evens itself out over a season, and it's not biased against Manchester United. I think what we're Well, not even just this. We've seen it over the years. If you don't think there's corruption and bribery and inequality in football, then you obviously haven't been monitoring the FA for the last 50 years. Anything's possible. And I think the way that the referees are treating United this season is totally inconsistent with any other team. I think Rojo's got to be so careful. I think the referee will take any opportunity he can. And Everton nearly scoring there. I don't know what. I think Rojo is a red card waiting to happen. I'd get Bay on. Or Blind. And well, you know what? I know a lot of people, I just read a comment in there, don't be silly getting Rojo off after half an hour. But I've seen Mourinho do it before for tactical reasons, not at United. We're on the break here with Pogba. He's got to find a pass. Zlatan to Martial when he's... Oh, lovely ball by Mkhitaryan. Pogba's trying to do too much. And a foul to Everton. Yeah, of course it's a foul to Everton when United are on the attack. Of course it is, ref. Yeah, brilliant. I'm going to do a pep. Yeah, brilliant, ref, you twat. Rojo has got a booking. Nathan, he got one for what he should have got a red card for. But just going back to that, we go down to 10 men today. We probably won't win the game. We're not going to win the game. A draw today, even if it's a total brilliant 3-3 thriller and it should be a draw, it's a loss. We've got to win the game today, however we do it. So going down to 10 men would totally and utter screw that up. So if I was the referee, of this game, it would be far even than it is. But if I was the manager of Manchester United, I would take Rojo off now because I think he's going to get sent off. And if we go down to 10 men, we can't get back into it. Jean-Pierre Couty says Depay is leaving. Yeah, I think that's definitely on. Rojo does look very dodgy today, Ross Gallagher. I always say this, though. And people who are regulars of the United stand, and a lot of you say it as well, I must be fair, that, everybody was saying Rooney's back on Wednesday. That is a foul to United, thank God. Well done to the referee. Mkhitaryan with a little run. And it's right on the edge of the box. And unfortunately, was it a foul? Yeah. It was a very good bit of skill by Mkhitaryan, and it's a definite free kick with loads of players around him. Very, very tricky. This is where you want one Mata. This is a Mata free kick, and we've got Zlatan over it. And what you actually need is just Mata bending that round the wall. I hope we can do it. If you're asking me if I'm confident we'll do it, it's going to be Zlatan, I think. Into the wall. Shocking free kick. Absolute shocking free kick. I don't know why we have Zlatan on free kicks. Shocking waste of a free kick, that. He's consistently rubbish at free kicks. I mean, I know Rooney's not on the pitch, but I think, I've seen Rooney be shoved aside by Zlatan a couple of times, and Rooney's actually quite decent at free kicks, but rubbish. Absolute rubbish from Zlatan, that is. Why not? I mean, Perkeles says, why not pass Mickey from free kick? Why not let Mkhitaryan take the free kick? From when you're that close to the goal, which is basically within the half D outside the penalty area, it's not about blasting it or trying to hit it under the wall. What you need is somebody who's technically gifted to just clip it around the wall. Mata could do it, and I bet Mkhitaryan can do it. But no, we let bloody Zlatan. I'm the Mr. Zlatan do it, and I love Zlatan, as everyone knows. After every Sweden game in the summer, I was doing Zlatan watch because we knew he was going to sign for United, and people were like saying he's too old, this, that, and the other. I said no, he'll score goals in the Premier League. But what I don't like is how I don't like his attitude sometimes, and I don't like how he pulls rank on free kicks because he's not very good at free kicks. And whoever said that comment at the start, I sort of agree with you in a way. Half an hour in, what I would say is I think this game would suit Rashford more, just to make Everton take 10 yards back, because they're packing the midfield so much. It's very difficult to find any space. Oh, there's a yellow card here. Oh, Gareth Barry's been booked by... Barry finally booked. He should have had 5. But it's tight. Terrible pass by Phil Jones, but it's very tight. Mickey should do free kick, says Unaccused Squid 71. 3 more fouls and he can be sent off, says CTC. Finally Barry yellow, says Lee Bailey. The ref is blind, Daly not blind. And Jones, you can't pass, says Mickey Dripper 93. Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. Well, that's brought me back in the room as to what I was talking about there. I was saying this about Rooney in his performance against West Ham on Wednesday, and you get all the Rooney lovers coming on saying, oh, where's all the Rooney haters now? And I said, Rooney's got to play like that between now and Christmas to be anywhere near having the word Rooney's back in the sentence. And I think the same goes for Rojo and the same goes for Jones. 1 or 2 decent performances against teams that sit back against us, and you've got Michael Carrick in front of you, doesn't make you a good centre-back. He's got to do it week in, week out for 10 games. And unfortunately, in this game so far, he's not doing it. Coleman taking a dive there to try and get Martial. We've got to try and get Martial more and more into this game. And the passing is shocking at the moment. Even from the likes of Carrick, we're just not grabbing hold of this game. Pogba sort of non-existent. Herrera's battling about. Zlatan's not having a very good game. Mkhitaryan, we're not getting him or Martial into the game enough. And the way it's going, I'd be fearful of... we're a long way before we get there, yeah. But the way this game's going at the moment, I'd be fearful of around 60 minutes. He's going to get the Fellaini sub on. He's going to get Lingard on to graft. And we'll lose that intent and creativity. Because it's a grafter's game at the moment. Robert Taylor says top 4 is gone. It's gone if we don't win today. And I said, my feeling from this game at the moment, and I don't know what you lot are thinking, is that Everton are starting to get an upper hand because they want it more. Need to see more from Pogba and Zlatan to me. This is where big money players have to come up to the plate, because this is where your season's defined against what I would call middle of the table teams who will treat it like a cup final away from home. Definitely. And people, you can say I'm being... You can say you're picking on Zlatan and Pogba, but I'm not. It's a compliment to pick on them because they're our star players at the moment. They are our star players. They're the players that are, in Zlatan's case, been there, done it everywhere, world class, lead from the front. And Pogba, you are going to be that player for us. You're our biggest signing. You're one of the best midfielders in the world. An average performance in this game is not enough. You've got to take hold of the game. And at the moment, he's subdued, but. I suppose this is what a lot of people say about Pogba, though. They prefer him in the box-to-box position and not the more attacking position, because the more attacking position isn't really what he is. Ola Shaw says, take Pogba off for Mata. I don't think that would happen. I think he would just move Pogba. Mkhitaryan, Tried a 1-2 with Pogba, but it's the angle of his pass is not good. What's the possession, please? Answer. Says Adam CRC. I don't know what the possession is at the moment. I'd say it's probably around 50-50. It feels like that. We might be slightly ahead, actually. Might be more like 52 in our favour. Maybe more. Can I have a shout out? Says Shan Shah. You've just got one. Pogba for Mata, says Callan. And a bit of a mediocre performance so far, says mediocre Marcus. I mean, Mad Marcus. Pogba's better as a CDM. I disagree with that. I think he's better as a box-to-box. To be fair, Pogba is playing in the hole, says Phil Jimenez. Wasted, says Jose out. Martial on the break here. To Pogba, he's got to play that quicker, which he does. And Herrera. And now he's got... it's a poor pass by Herrera. I thought the camera angle we've got, I thought Valencia was moving into the space, but he's not. It was to an Everton man. But a big positive that Carrick's playing today anyway in a league game. I mean, we should have played him last week at West Ham. Good ball in there to Zlatan, whose first touch is atrocious. I think Zlatan is a big candidate at the moment to get a lot of stick from United players, although he's laid that off quite well. Needs to be a quicker ball to Mkhitaryan. It's a good recovery tackle by... Forrest Mori or whatever his name is. Funes Mori. Full length stretch. Mkhitaryan's running through between two defenders into the box. It's a good pass by Pogba. Mkhitaryan's in, but he slide tackles and just gets there in time. Mark, who do you think will win the league, says Adamya? Good question, which I'll answer very quickly. I think it's very important that Liverpool lost today, because I've got a funny feeling that because they've got no European football, it will be between them and Chelsea. And I don't actually, the one thing is City should have won that game yesterday. They were 1-0 up and they had some really easy chances. So I think Chelsea got a very good 3 points yesterday. I would hope Chelsea are going to win it out of City, Liverpool, Arsenal, because I can't stand them more than I can stand Chelsea. Herrera is working hard, man on fire. Can you please sub to me? I don't know who that was. Mark, fantastic what you do. Thank you, Mark, says Star Blogger. Thanks to all you lot. We can't do it without you. We really can't. So thanks for everybody who gets involved in the United Stand. And all I would say personally is, if you're not doing anything at 8:30 tomorrow, this show and the Monday night show at 8:30 are the two shows that I really want to develop, because it's all about you lot, whether it's the live comments on the watch-alongs or tomorrow night at 8:30 where you lot Skype in. So please do watch it tomorrow and get involved in that. If 0-0 top four is gone, says Jean-Pierre, I agree. Herrera hasn't scored, wasted. And Mark, I think the ref is going to is in on getting Jose out. Pogba or Tom Cleverly, says Joel Merry. It's a rough game today. It's a rough, violent game today. Well, it's not violent, but it's rough and ready. Mohammed Mustaqim says, can he have a shout out? Somebody just asking if we've hit 55,000 subscribers. I would doubt it. 54,836. So you're not far off in our... we always have a little target during the game and during a watch along. And today we are trying to hit 55,000 subscribers while we're live on air, which would be great. We're not far off. So please subscribe if you're new to the channel, if you found the United Stand. It's not just for watch-alongs, daily live content, daily interactive content with you, your channel, get involved in it. I'm starting to see a little bit more from United getting hold of the ball in the final third. It's a packed final third. And my tactical analysis on this would be this. Very easy. Their Everton defence is playing very, very close to their, what is in effect a midfield five. There is no space. So what we need to do is stretch that, is either use the width, which Zlatan's tried to do very well there, switching it to Valencia, or try and force them back, which we're not able to do with Zlatan. And I think Rashford as the number 9 would be quite useful. Mkhitaryan tries the cross. Herrera picks it up. Carrick. There's not a lot. It's not really the ideal game for someone like Martial, because we're not hitting him on the break. We've not had many shots. Can't think of any. There's a Pogba one wide. What's the reason you support Manchester United? Was your father a supporter, says Harry Lewis. No, my granddad. I think my dad actually supports Chelsea for some god unknown reason. But no, it was my granddad. Everton on the attack. Good interception by Valencia. And my mum supports United as well. Mum and dad separated. It was sad. It wasn't really. Ahmed Muaz says, are we not playing better right now? It's a very 50-50 game. It's quite fast and furious without many chances, if that makes sense. And it's sort of on a knife's edge. I think a goal is really important. In fact, somebody just said there, Gary Wells, step it up, lads. I'd agree with that. Mark says, Real Madrid, it's okay if Depay leaves. He's not a number 7 anyway, and he's not a Man United player anyway. He also has an attitude problem. I'd agree with all of those things. But I know there's a lot of fans out there who like Memphis, so we sort of have to see both sides. But I just think, you know, if he can't even get on the bench, he's obviously doing something wrong. Zlatan's sort of in here. If that's in, what a finish. You're joking. You're joking. It's a goal. It is a goal. He's given it. It went over the line. It's brilliant. He's sort of running through on goal. Oh, what a goal. He's running through on goal. A long way out. The keeper comes. He shoots over the keeper. It's going in, but it bounces, hits the bar, hits the post. And it seems to... Well, it has gone over the line because they've got goal line technology. But we're just watching it there. When does it go over the line? Yeah, it's gone over the line. It's a you know, I don't think if you didn't have goal line technology, I don't think that's given, because it's bounced off the post, it's hit the bar, it's bouncing on the line, and it finally does just go over the line as the player hooks it off. Well, that's what the game needed. And I'm just tweeting this as well. Thank God for goal line technology, because I think this referee, no way would he give that goal. I don't know what you're thinking in the live comments, but I just don't think he would have given that goal. And obviously, a robot, which is what goal line technology is, has to give the goal. So we're very grateful for that. It's a good finish by Zlatan. I mean, he could have finished it slightly better and not given us the heart attack about whether it went over the line. It did, and that should play into our hands a little bit better if we can just stay in this position until half time or a little bit longer, because Everton, as I was saying, they're playing 2 banks of 4 and it's very congested, but they won't be able to carry on doing that, which will be better for us. 1-0 to United. Just sorting the scores out for you because I know how moody you can get. Another one with his feet from Zlatan, who wasn't having a great game, but then when it matters, he scores. There we go. Everton will score, says Ridwan. What a mad goal, says Goblin 666. Yeah, it was sort of... it was difficult to celebrate it, wasn't it? Because you're like, what? Is it? Yeah. But always a good game to get ahead in that, because it's been quite tight, and I think the first goal... is important, but it's important to United because obviously if Everton get it, they'll just keep playing the same way they are, which is keeping their defence and their midfield very, very close together. They'll have to start coming out a bit more now, and that will feed into our hands, because we'll be able to hit teams on the break a little bit more. What's the formation from Man U? For Man U, it's Man United. It says Adam CR7. 4, Carry Canker in the midfield, Herrera box to box, Pogba slightly more ahead of him, Zlatan up front, Mkhitaryan on the right, Martial on the left. Goblin 666 says, delayed reaction, but I celebrated like a boss. We've got to win today, lads. That's what it's all about. I think now, hopefully, we're slightly set up better to soak Everton up a little bit and try and hit them on the break. Good defensive play by Rojo there. cleared by Damian. We're very close to half time. In fact, I think we might be at half time. We're going to be watching that goal back a lot, I'm sure, but it is 1-0. The referee could not dictate whether that was given or not, and I think, as I said, massive applause to the goal line technology, whoever invented it, because I just don't think the referee would have given that. Well, he wouldn't have given it, would he? The way they are so anti-United, but I really just don't think that would have been given. But an interesting game, certainly a very interesting game, the way it's gone. But very battling, very battle. Right, back in the room. Let's see what everyone's saying. So, 1-0 at half time. Who's been your player of the half? Hard to say. I think everybody's done quite well. I think it's a very, very... This is what I was saying before, and I think a lot of you said it as well. We're not going to go to Everton and dominate them, because Everton are a decent side at Goodison Park and they'll be up for it. It's always difficult for United, apart from last year, but they'd had that bad news right before kick-off. So it is exactly what you would expect from an away game. Hard working. We're not going to control the ball, control the game like we would expect to do at Old Trafford. You've got to graft, you've got to work hard. We've had a couple of opportunities where we've nearly got in one-on-one a couple of times, but we finally sort of stretched their defence a little bit. Zlatan running through on goal, slightly to the left. Keeper running out for 30 yards, and he lobs it over the keeper, and it goes in off the post in the bar. Just goal line technology with a perfect assist. So we're 1-0 up. I think that will play into our hands. Like I say, Everton have been playing a very compact midfield, very close to their defence. They know Zlatan's not really going to hurt them in behind, which he actually did. So they're playing quite a high line as well. So it's very compressed, which is stopping Martial, Mkhitaryan, Pogba, Herrera getting much space. We're not exploiting the flanks enough, I don't think. I think Valencia could have a lot more joy down the right, but we're 1-0 at half-time, and if you'd offered me that before the game, I'd have been ecstatic with the way the game's gone. It's very tight, it's very hard. I think what we need to do is get the second goal, and I think where that can come is Everton have got to try and get something out of this game now. They've got to go onto the front foot, and hopefully we can get in behind them then with some of the pace we've got and get a little bit more space in the final third, which we've struggled to get because of how many players Everton are putting in and around that area. But great to see Zlatan scoring. Great to see him doing it with his feet again. That's 3 in a row. And 2-2-2, Damien says Everton will kick harder in the second half. We need to watch out for fouls. United will switch on now, says Jack. Well, a lot of you have said that. United are a better second half side. 11 points behind Chelsea. I don't know whether that's now. Yeah, that would be now if you win. I mean, we're not talking about the title. We're talking about 4th place, first of all, aren't we? So far, it's been a good team performance with no real outstanding player, says Jay Hudson. I'd agree with that 100%. And I think sometimes you need that sort of performance. It'd be absolutely great if we could go and play like we have done at home in some of our home games and win this game 3 or 4-0. But ultimately, no matter what, a win today is something for us to build on and take a lot of confidence from, that's what I would want to see happen. Obviously, Zlatan is unbelievable, says Dante Gerrard. I thought Zlatan was probably one of our worst players in that game, without being awful. I just thought he'd been a bit wasteful. I didn't like the way he took that free kick. Marco's just said it. Take Zlatan off free kicks. It was a really good free kick opportunity, dead central, right outside the box. Mata's not on the pitch, but he would have been perfect. But I think Mkhitaryan's got the craft and technique to, flick it around the wall, which is what's needed. No keeper can save that. And Zlatan just does some lazy kick into the wall. Sean Shaw, you've already had a shout out, but there you go. Andy Williams, Rojo red card, second half calling it. I'm glad you mentioned it, Andy. Referee's been pretty shocking. He finally did book Gareth Barry after about 3 straight yellow cards for me. However, we must marry that up with the fact that Rojo should have been sent off. I think on first look from the ref, it maybe didn't look like it was. It looked a bit of a 50-50 ball. Short pass by Herrera. It's a bad pass. Both Rojo and I think it may have been Balassi go to ground. When you watch it back, Rojo is off the air and he's 2-footed and it's a red card. And I'm sure Jamie Carragher will be all over that at half time. But yeah, it was definitely a red card for Rojo. We're not a biased channel and I don't think most of our viewers are biased. A little bit of luck. In fact, it's the first thing they want to talk about on Sky. What a surprise that they don't want to talk about Barry's one. Yeah, Carragher, definite red card. Little bit like that dirty bastard foul you did on Nani a few years ago, isn't it? You cheating Scouser. So you can shut up. It was a red card, definitely. I'm not going to say that it wasn't, but we got away with it, and I think United probably deserved to get away with it because the referee was pretty shocking in relation to the fouls by Gareth Barry, which I'm sure Sky Sports won't want to show because they wouldn't want to have any pro-United agenda in any way or form, would they? The Ibrahimovic goal, I'm just watching that back again. It's a lovely little ball from Anthony Martial, to be honest, which is nice to see. And the keeper is... we're probably grateful for the keeper, really. He does come out into no man's land. But it's a lovely little ball by Anthony Martial. And I don't know whether people have sort of seen that. Nice little finish by Zlatan. He could have saved us the heart attack by putting it straight into the goal. But the bounce hits the bottom of the park cross. I mean, why are they showing it back again? Goal line technology is spot on. And it's way over there. And it is a goal. And what a goal. And it's lovely by Anthony Martial. And obviously... yeah, very pleased. Dylan Blackmore, loving your work, Mark. Thank you. If you're new to the United Stand, I know we always get a slight boost at half time with people tuning in. Thanks for joining us. We're trying to hit 55,000 subscribers while we're live on this stream. If you could subscribe, that'd be great. But more importantly, if you do subscribe, please do watch all our other shows and get involved with it because it's all about you lot, live interactive content made for the fans, by the fans. And we say it how it is, as I'm sure you will agree I just did about Jamie Carragher there. Red in a Bed says, will today be the day we get 2,000 likes? We've never hit 2,000 likes on a video either, so if you want to like, that's great. We're normally happy with 1,000, but there we go. Apparently YouTube's dying, says somebody. We've not really seen any evidence of that, but we'd be happy to discuss it if people want to. But we're talking United. Brian C, love from the USA. Please do type in and let us know where you are watching from. I did ask that in the first half, but I totally went off on another tangent, I think, because Bournemouth scored the winner. For those who've not missed it. But we've got a big 45 minutes ahead of us. We must win this game. We must win this game. And I think where it will happen, Nathan Lee's saying it's very conservative football. I think it's just very fast-paced and everybody's up for it and it's hard to break down. I mean, Muggy Ruffy's saying it's boring. I think it's intriguing because it's been on a knife edge, and thankfully we're the ones with that clinical finish to put us ahead. But I think what we've got to do in the second half is we've got to soak up because Everton will come at us a bit more, and then we've got to try and hit them on the pace. And I'll say it now, and we won't do it, and a lot of people were saying it in the first half, it's not a bad idea to take Zlatan off for Rashford at some point if we're 1-0 up and try and hurt them. Because they're going to come at us. They're going to come further up the pitch. And if we've got pace in behind, then that's what matters. D1 Jane has subscribed to the United Stand. Thank you, pal. You can do that with the hologram in the bottom right-hand corner. And the great thing is it should notify you every time we go live as well. We're nearly hitting 1,500 likes as well, which is brilliant. Jay Daly, Rojo is an accident waiting to happen. The great thing about that Rojo tackle, and Ryan Dimmock has just subscribed as well, saying, love your videos, mate. Just earned a big, fat, juicy subscriber. Thank you, pal. And please, if you do subscribe, don't just subscribe and never watch the show again. You get involved in the live comments. Skype in on the Skype Goldbridge tomorrow night at 8:30. Can't do it without you. So that's half the battle, getting you to subscribe and stay watching the channel. We need you to keep doing it, because we do say it how it is, and we can't do that without you lot saying it how it is. Love your video. Front three, Martial, Rashford, Memphis would be good pace, says Philip Allen. I'd agree with that. We will talk about Lukaku, hopefully in a quiet bit in the second half when we're about 4-0 up. Zlatan never gets subbed, says Kwam Diman. Arpan's watching from India. It's 10:30. Real dedication to the cause. I always say that as well. You know, you get some. I know a lot of United match-going fans who aren't like this at all, but you sort of get some match-going fans who think you're not a fan if you don't go to games. Well, I think you're a very big fan if you are some of the worldwide fans and you're getting up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning to watch United, especially when you were doing it under Van Gaal. I mean, that's just torturous. But Pogba needs to learn the art of the 1-2, says Scholes Legend 18. Always a good little nugget of information from Scholes Legend 18, which is great, because Ginger Assassin. Remember me, says Brian Croysdale. No. Not being rude, I don't. Any guests on after the show, says David Hollywood. Well, we normally go live. We normally stay on after the match for a longer, but because we have Sunday Night Live at 8:30 tonight, it's quite a quick turnaround. So we've got Alex and Joey on at 8:30 tonight. Joey's not been on for a while, so that's good. My phone's ringing and I obviously can't answer that. Hopefully somebody will come up and get it. Watching from Melbourne, it's 4 a.m, says Jimmy. What do you say about Mickey, Mark Venom? I think this is the perfect game for Mickey to be playing, to be honest, because it's away, it's very fast-paced, it's very physical, and I'm pleased that Mourinho trusts him in a game like this, because this was the sort of game actually where I suspected that he didn't want to start playing him, but there we go. We've hit 1,500 likes. You're amazing. Thank you. It's 3:30 a.m. for Liam Halliwell. Where is Carrick fan, says Football and FIFA. He normally does watch. I think he was getting a lot of stick, so he normally just watches. Love to watch a great game. I'll tell you what, this phone ringing is a real pet hate of mine, I must admit. You know, people who just keep ringing and you've not answered it. Get the message. We don't want to answer the phone. Stop ringing. It's a real pet hate of mine. They're still going. 0-2 to United, Mark, says Samir. I went 2-1. Jones and Bay is the future, says Aaron Hemmings. It's 11:30 in Thailand. Is there Skype tonight, says Donchester United? No, it's 8:30 tomorrow night, but we are live at 8:30 tonight with the Sunday night show. Do join us for that. Bit early to say it, but if we win tonight, we'll be talking about how realistic it is that we get top 4. If we lose tonight, we'll be all ranting about how it's gone. So there we go. I'd not even noticed that Ashley Williams was playing in this game, and he obviously is. Tony Cool Guy says, if we win today, then Spurs next week becomes our game of the season. I'd agree with that. This is our game of the season so far, and then next season, next week, it becomes our game of the season, and then hopefully after that, the results, sorry, not the results, the games tend to get a little bit easier, although there'll still be hard battles. West Brom are going well away, Crystal Palace away, so lots and lots of games. We just got to win. We've got the players to do it, and many of us sort of feel that we are starting to turn the tide and build a bit of momentum. You'd have, Rooney be back next week as well, probably not coming into the team, but another option. Schweinsteiger, says Depanam Chatterjee. Yeah, I'd have had him on the bench today over Fellaini. I think that's probably the only bad selection Mourinho's made. But we're winning. We are winning. Barkley could be a real threat, says Reece Brown. I did say that in my preview. Barkley normally plays quite well against United. I was quite pleased that he wasn't starting. And I think he will open up the game. Get me to 1,000 subs, guys. Reaction to Rojo tackle, says Stephen Bell. If you're joining us slightly late, Stephen, I think most of us... the thing I like about this channel is very passionate. I'm talking about you lot as well. Very passionate, very honest, and we can go off on one, but not unbiased when it's staring you in the face. And I think even if that was a fan favourite, even if that was like Carrick or Herrera, Martial, Mkhitaryan, Zlatan, Pogba, if they'd done that tackle, I would have said, you can't lie about something that's staring you in the face. And that Rojo tackle was absolutely every day of the week a red card. He's off the ground, it's 2-footed, it's a red card. And all I would say about it is we're lucky he's not been sent off. And if he had been sent off, I don't think he'd have played for United again. And you know why? Because I don't think many teams win away from home when it's 0-0 and you go down to 10 men. And if we draw this game or lose this game, top four is as far as I'm concerned, it's gone. And that would have been down to Rojo. So he's a very lucky guy. He's a very lucky guy. JD the Gamer says, do you watch porn? I'd be lying if I said no. Who doesn't? Although apparently women don't like it. I'm surprised Jackie Elka don't start, says awesome guy. Yep. Carrick off, Fellaini on. If we want to lose, Tony, yeah. Manchester United will win today, says Rushikan. That's what we want to see. And Nathan Lee is in bed at 4 a.m. watching United. Good tackle by Darmian. Darmian's been steady. Ashley Williams is a dirty git. We were talking about him in the summer, actually. A lot of people wanted him to come to United. I don't like him at all. Mkhitaryan here. Such a nice little player into Pogba. He loses it with a bad first touch. I think Pogba's a bit hit and miss today. I don't know what anybody else thinks. But what we've got to do in this second half, and I need to start the timer. I'm sure I'm getting absolutely knackered. Bollocked for it, but let me just get back on screen. Connor Dean says, Mark, you're not a real fan. Please expand on why I'm not a real fan. I'm always interested by comments that come across to me as idiotic, but I like to give them a chance. I need to do the timer. So we're 1 minute and 20 into the game as we start into the second half. And I think where this game will be won and lost is the clock is up now. Don't worry. It's about who scores the next goal, really. Everton are going to push forward to try and get it. We're going to get opportunities on the break. If we get the second goal, we've probably won the game. Obviously, if Everton get back level, it's difficult for us. Jake O'Brien still on about Ramos. He should have got it. Richard, who's your favourite porn star? Collegio says Mickey will score his first today. I hope so. Do you watch Liverpool? Says Google. We watched the second half because we were live doing the team news and it was on the TV. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And if we win today, I will thoroughly enjoy Match of the Day tonight. And I've watched Songs of Praise more than I've watched Match of the Day 2 this year. In the last 2 years, probably. I don't watch Match of the Day if United have played badly because I've already watched 90 minutes of it. So I would thoroughly enjoy that, and it would be a perfect start to the Christmas season. But we've got to win. It's a tough game to win this today, and I think people should not underestimate that at all. Going to Everton and winning is not a guaranteed thing to do any day, any season. So if we can do it, we deserve big credit anyway. But we've got to. We've put ourselves in that position where we've got to do it. And as much as a draw would normally not be a bad result against Everton, it's a bad result today. Phil Jones has been very good today, just cleaning up again. But Phil Jones critics, of which I've been one, it's never really been about ability for Phil Jones. He's a bit of a calamity in some of his decision making at times, but you can drill that out of him. That's fine. The big issue with Phil Jones is injury, staying fit. It's just been awful at staying fit. Oh my God, I'm getting asked all sorts of... We're not answering any more things on porn. Mark, the side of your face goes weird when you look to the side. Lighting. Oscar Dunberg. Oh, Pogba's a bit off today. I'm just going to tweet that out as well. Pogba's not having a great game today. And for that reason, I'm out. No. Pogba not having a great game. And hopefully that might mean he'll do something. I just think we're missing opportunities in the final third because of Pogba's to kill the game off in the final third. But let's not forget Martial. Oh, that was a bad pass by Martial. Let's not forget, Martial set that goal up. Brilliant assist for Zlatan and a very good finish by Zlatan as well. But is it a good ball by Herrera? Will Valencia keep it in? He will. He's so fast and powerful, Valencia. He's nearly into the box here in the right back position. Mkhitaryan will chip that in. It's over Zlatan, unfortunately. It's unlike Mkhitaryan, actually, with his crossing. But hard work. Seamus Coleman did well there. I mean, I don't think Seamus Coleman... Oh, it's not even a foul. We got a good view of this though. He basically sits on top of Seamus Coleman. Seamus Coleman did well there. I like Seamus Coleman. Bastian's not on the bench, Joseph. I think Zlatan waxing down on it, wax on purpose on there. I don't know what people think. It goes on in football. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I do think he kicks him in the head there on purpose without it being a kick. And the reason I think that is because the camera is just so close to it. Oh God! What do you think about that? Gareth Barry's trying to get in Zlatan's face. Well, nothing was given anyway. Mark, you look like a rapist. Show us your rape face. Richard, oh dear. It's descending. Let's focus on the game here. Oh no, it could be... What a save by De Gea. Back on form. Boom. They got a little bit of luck there. Morella's getting into the box and he blasts it from an angle. He's well in the box when he hits it, and he blasts it across the goal. Does everything right. And I think it might be De Gea's hand. It's a cracking save. And that'll do De Gea the world of good. But it also do United the world of good. Although it is a cross. And we are awful on crosses. This terrifies me with United. Phil Jones gets up and wins it just. But I'd like to see that from De Gea again. I don't know whether his knee or his hand. And it doesn't really matter because he's got his body in the way. He's making the save. But De Gea, he's had a few knocks this year. Mkhitaryan, what's that? Come on, get your head up. Pogba's passing is off. Off. De Gea always on point, says Philemon. Zlatan's sort of in here. He's held it up. He's got a lot of players around him. Does well to find Pogba. Martial just down on the touchline at the moment. It's feisty. I think there might be a sending off at some point. Pogba is just not at the races at all. Herrera. Good run by Herrera. Into Martial on the left. He needs people in the box. It's way over Mkhitaryan, unfortunately, and that's the end of that. It's opening up nicely, though. There's a slip. I thought that was a penalty. Mkhitaryan did as well. So it's tense at the moment. Pogba on the edge of the box. Trying to do too much for me, but Martial could stand up his man. Ooh, tell you what, he did go for a shot. It comes off Coleman and it's dropping, but it's gone for a corner. De Gea first save had to make, says Adrian Smith, which is good. Let's have a look at this. Leighton Baines, the ball rolls over his hand. I think that, again, I'm not going to be biased. I think that would have been a harsh penalty. He slips, but Herman says it's a clear handball. We could do what I would say is we could do with one of those lucky penalties to kill off a game and get 3 points. I wouldn't, I'd like to get it. We never score from corners, and we're not about to score from this one. Well done, Valencia. Feed Miss Martial. Martial's on corners today, which is interesting. Mkhitaryan. Oh, God, that's late. Tom Cleverley, welcome to the card of yellow. He's so tricky, Mkhitaryan, though, when he gets away. And it was a foul. Right on the edge of the box. Away from Barry. Easy. And then just... Yeah. I think Cleverley buys a yellow... Cleverley's just malicious there for me. It's high as well. Dirty get. Yeah. Herman, cleverly showing he's not that clever. Martial's on free kicks. He's on this one. It's going to be a cross. We won't score. Zlatan, volley, blocked. Mkhitaryan's picked it up now. We're not in the box at the moment. We're back to our own half. And back to the keeper from Darmian. It's poised, tightly poised at the moment. And that we just need that second goal. Oh, Herrera trying to feed. Good tackle by Herrera. And again... Herrera's done very well, very tenacious, which is what he's allowed to do with Carrick and Darmian. A nice little interaction there. United are starting to sort of take control, but we need to get that second goal. We're definitely the better team at the moment. Martial into Pogba. Some good little interchanging. Pogba's, I don't think Pogba's been great today, but he's getting a lot of the ball. Here's Martial. He'll shoot. No, he shouldn't be shooting from there. Should not be shooting from there, Tony. Goes. See what's happening on Twitter. Sorry, I can't answer the phone while I'm live, and if it's the same call as half time, they're just going to keep ringing and ringing, which is frustrating. Did Cleverley get a yellow or not? Says Colin Smithable. It's a good point. I'm not too sure whether he did or not. Probably not with this referee because he's pretty damn. I mean, I'm amazed no one's been sent off in this game, to be honest. I think if we can get the second goal, that will kill the Goodison crowd, who are a bit unsure about Koeman at the moment after some good results. Well, they're showing Phil Jagielka at the moment, so hopefully that's a good sign, because I wouldn't be scared of Phil Jagielka coming on, if I'm totally honest. Which is probably a good time. Hopefully nothing's going to happen bad in the next couple of minutes. Somebody asked in the first half, what's your thoughts on Lukaku? So please it might be Jose calling again, Jay Daly. Yeah, it might be, asking me what he should do. Which also we're going to talk about in a minute as well. What substitutions we should be making in this game, because we're about to hit the 60-minute mark. But somebody asked in the first half, Lukaku, what's your thoughts on Lukaku? Very, very quickly. I think it was last summer, not the summer we bought Pogba, the summer before, where I said we should go and get Lukaku. I think is exactly what we need. Last season he did quite well. Then I saw him play against United a couple of games, and he just struck me as a big game bottler. I think this season he's done quite well. And then we're on the break here with Mkhitaryan into the box. Pass one, please do it. Oh, blocked. Hard to tell, but Mkhitaryan's playing really well now. And he's just gone past two there. He's got Carrick. Please just pull it back, Carrick. What's he doing? Leave it. Darmian. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, you're having a laugh. We need that second goal. I'm concerned that we're not going to kill this game off. And Morales has just mugged Zlatan. And it's now Everton on the break. And it's Darmian standing up Balassi, which is a concern. Cross. Goal kick. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Darmian there with the Carrick was it Darmian or was it Herrera? I think it was Herrera. Of course it was Herrera. It's well played by Mkhitaryan anyway. Fought well to get the ball. Feeds Carrick. Carrick's little dink back. And it falls for Herrera, who hits it on his left. Hits the upright. So Lukaku just strikes me. And this season as well, he's banging them in for fun. And then he goes... And he's not been great again today. So he doesn't do enough for me. And I tell you what, that shot from Mkhitaryan from the angle they just showed there was probably going in. It was a good block. But he's played really well. We deserve the second goal at the moment. We deserve it. Daniel Fordham, Mickey's our best player. I think Herrera's been very good in this second half as well. Ooh. Mourinho looking stern-faced. Seamus Coleman looks like he's going off injured. I think he came off bad out of that Zlatan tackle. I don't think Pogba's been that good today, I must admit. What substitutions would you be making? Delafu's coming on now. He's a player I've always quite liked. I've got to be honest. I've always quite liked him. And he is the sort of player who can just come on and have a very good sort of half an hour. But hopefully not in this game. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think Pogba's been that great today. But would he sub Pogba? He doesn't normally want to. And Pogba's that sort of player who... Pogba's flown into a tackle there. Unfortunately, the referee hasn't seen it. And he didn't make any connection. I just think that this game could still yet be decided by a silly tackle. And hopefully it won't be one of ours who do it. Gavin O'Donnell makes a good point. So, Marcus, Jose still turned Rojo into a good defender, or have you changed your opinion since yesterday? You know, you can polish a turd, but it's still a turd. And I think what Jose's done, you know, I for one, and I don't think any of you lot ever thought that Rojo was going to be our new centre back. I don't think we ever thought that. I think what we thought is, you know, Bay's out injured, Smalling's out injured. We needed somebody to play centre back, no nonsense, la di da. So Rojo has fulfilled that, but there will be highlights and there will be lowlights. And today it's been a bit lowlights, but he's what Mourinho has done with him is he stopped him jumping in and he stopped him giving players too much space, and I think that's really important. But substitutes wise, I would still be, if you want to win this game, Mourinho, Mr. Mourinho, I would be thinking it's not a bad idea to get Marcus Rashford on at number 9 and take Zlatan off, which he would never do, but just because it will stretch them. And Everton are going to have to come at us at some point, and that pace on the break would be good. And Pogba, whether you take him off or whether would you really take Herrera off? Would you really take Carrick off? Unfortunately, I can guarantee it'll be Martial and Mickey who come off, because I just don't think he wants to sub Pogba or Zlatan. Running down the avenue. Just for all those who have been watching along, or because it's a watch along, or are new, Tom Cleverley's gone off with LFO. We are on 54,973 subscribers. So if my maths are still correct, 27 we are away from hitting 55,000 subscribers whilst we're live on air. So if you are new to the United Stand, or if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Cross from Mkhitaryan into Zlatan. Now it's Tony Martial. He's still in the box. He's done quite well. It's full of Everton players. We do well to find a goal from here. And Pogba heads it over. Everton's still playing quite deep in this game. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. So yes, we are very close to hitting 55,000 subscribers, which would be fantastic for you, your channel, the United Stand. And Everton are making another substitution as well. And looks like they're making 3. So I would hope that we're going to respond at some point. Well, Seamus Coleman's going to go off for 1. Which would be good. I don't think we're going to sign Seamus Coleman anyway. Zlatan's all sympathetic with him now, having just absolutely crushed him. But I think it's a bit of an Achilles heel. I don't know what people think. Reece Parry's just subscribed, so that should take us down to 26. We're not at 55,000 yet, mate. Those congratulating, we're about 27 more. But if we get there, it'd be massive congratulations to yourself. Can't do it without you. It's a bit of an Achilles heel for United, I think, that he won't sub Zlatan. I can sort of understand why he does it, but Connor, stop with your comments because you're boring me. In fact, time out. And because I just think in this game, I'd like to see Rashford right on the shoulder of their 2 centre backs, because it would stretch the game. And Balassi looks like he's coming off as well. So they've lost their right hand side so far. Everton, Coleman off, Balassi off, Valencia. I remember him doing quite well at West Ham at one point. You always worry about those sort of players maybe just having a decent game. Lingard's warming up. Great. Jack Taylor's just subscribed. Thanks, Jack. Well, if Lingard's warming up, you can just guarantee he's going to take off Mickey. And I think Mkhitaryan and Martial have been 2 of our better players. Although, you know, in fairness, Mkhitaryan probably has gone slightly a little bit quiet. I don't know what people think in the last 5-10 minutes. Who's your man of the match? Says Doorknob08. We've got 22 minutes yet, mate, and I don't think we've seen the last goal in this game. And I think man of the matches will change very quickly dependent on that. Well done, Phil Jones. Tracked his man there, Valencia, and kept it. NL Valencia. Lingard is not very good, says Lovepreet. Somebody asking who was the first team you supported. Liverpool. Who do you think? Do people do that? Do people like support teams and then change who they support? If you ask a City fan who they supported first, it's there's a few. It's normally Chelsea, whoever won the league the year before. Everton starting to get back into it. Having said that, we are pressing very well. Rainbow Dude says he wishes Mata would come on. Mata ain't going to come on unless he's going to put him on the right, which it's not that sort of game. He's just never going to take Pogba or Zlatan off. And you know what? They are his... Oh, God, Fellaini's warming up. Jesus wept. Jesus wept if he comes on. I mean, where would you put him on? He can't play on the wings. That means he's probably going to take Herrera off. Hopefully he's just cold. The worry is, I just don't think Manchester United, and we saw it against Arsenal, and I know Mourinho's good at it as a manager, and he's managed many teams that are good at it. I just don't think this United team is good enough to keep a clean sheet. And that means we're going to need more than one goal to win this game, and that we need a second goal. Oh, if Herrera makes that pass, then Mkhitaryan's in down the right, but he doesn't make that pass. But Everton have, I mean, apart from that Morelos chance, which was a very good save from De Gea, Everton haven't created a lot. But you can't. Oh, got 4 players taken out of the game there. We've got be a little bit smarter than this. I mean, Ross Barkley is on the pitch. He's not done anything. Barry away again. We're defending quite well. Zlatan is away. He ain't got the pace. What are you doing, Zlatan? That's a silly pass to look at Mkhitaryan and blame him. I just don't know who is he going to bring. I mean, I'm no Fellaini fan. I think everybody knows that. But in this game, where do you bring Fellaini on? Because you're not going to take Pogba off. He's not a winger. You can't take Carrick off. And you'd be mad to take Herrera off. I think Martial's done really well today. I think he's worked hard. He set the goal up. I think he has been really good, and I don't think many people would pick him as their man of the match because it's not obvious. But he's always wanted the ball, working really hard. He set the goal up, like I said. I've been really pleased with that. To me, I just don't think there's a substitute. We don't need to make a substitution in this game unless people are getting tired. Ricky Clarkson, Fellaini would play up front. He ain't going to take... I'd be amazed if he takes Zlatan off. I'd be amazed if he takes Pogba off. So the only 2 other positions you could bring Fellaini on for are Carrick and Herrera. And I think it'd be suicide to do either. I think if he was going to bring Rashford on, I'd bring him on for Zlatan to stretch them. I think what he'll probably do is bring him on for Martial. Martial might be quite tired, to be honest. Any other bookings apart from Rojo, says Donchester United. Not for United. Gareth Barry got booked for Everton. I think that's it. I don't think he did book cleverly. Thoughts on Marshall, says Luke Hay. As I just said there, I think he's probably been I wouldn't say man of the match, but I think he's a contender for me, and he might not be a contender for many people because they haven't thought it through or not considered him, because he's sort of done not a Carrick role, but he's had that sort of influence on the game where he's Pogba. He's worked really hard. Things haven't really come off for him that often, but he's worked really hard. And Herrera's just giving the ball away there. I'm just a bit concerned. He's always going to cut inside there, Herrera. That was so obvious. A shot. De Gea palming it away. Darmian clears it. We've got to be careful. There's 15 minutes to go in this game. And obviously Martial set the goal up. It was a great ball. But come on, you can't let people shoot from that far out. Good defending by Valencia. So powerful and so fast. Camp Plays has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, mate. We need another goal or this will be a draw, says Donchester United. I agree. I just don't think we're a clean sheet side yet. But we need to win this game. We need to win it. Everton. Mark. They're running us all over the pitch, says 2-2-2 Damien. Good tackle that by Darmian. Oh, frig off, referee. Never. Ugh. Never a foul. Awful refereeing. If this leads to a goal now, perfect tackle by Darmian, and ref gives a free kick, and it nearly goes in. Corner to Everton. No, that's not the shot. They're just showing a shot that. The tweets you get when you're live on air. I've just had a direct message from Stan Collymore saying, "Are you all right to come on the call Collymore at 6?" Refs just wave play on, even though Herrera's just took one in the head. I thought head injuries you stop the game for. He's lost the plot, this referee. I mean, the referee, head injuries you're meant to stop the game for. Fellaini's not coming on. He's just warming up. He was cold. It's a tense old game at the moment, though, folks. It's a tense old game. And Everton are starting to come back into it. I don't know what he's going to do, because you just sense Everton are going to get a chance, and we don't look like we're going to get a chance. I think Mkhitaryan's not actually in the game much at the moment, so I would probably sub him off. But that change in the right midfielder probably doesn't change a hell of a lot about the way this game's going at the moment. I wouldn't be changing Carrick. I wouldn't be changing Herrera. You're not going to change any of your defenders. I certainly wouldn't condone us trying to taking an attacker off to defend this game, because we've done that against Arsenal before. Oh, free kick to United. 10 minutes to go. Please say my name, says Rancy Kefi 2. If it's a clean sheet, maybe Phil Jones could be man of the match, Sandeep. I tell you what, if we keep a clean sheet, we've won this game, I'll give Phil Jones man of the match just for that reason. Rashford's coming on. It should be for Zlatan. I bet it's not. Bet it's for Martial. I would, if it's out of the two, personally, I would probably say Mkhitaryan, because I just think I'd like to keep that pace of Martial on the team. United on the break here. Herrera, Mkhitaryan in the game for the first time in ages. Lay it to Pogba. Pogba he wants to come in on his right. Feeds it to Herrera. It's going to go for a goal kick. What a waste of an attack that was, because of a bad pass by Pogba again. The jury's out. The jury's out. I don't think Pogba's been great today. And I think when you're not great, you should get taken off. It's Rashford, and I would say it's going to be Mkhitaryan, but we'll see. I'm getting tense now, folks. How are you feeling at home? I am getting tense. Switch of the play. Delafou, they're trying to... oh, God. He's a threat, Delafou. Barkley with a lovely cross. That should be 2. That should have been a goal. Really good chance for Enner Valencia. Cross came in. And it's straight at De Gea's feet, thank God, because it should have been a goal. It's a decent cross in, hung up perfectly. Where's our defenders again as well? I mean, you'd say Phil Jones man of the match, get out and walk. That was awful defending. We are so bad at crossing. Here's Pogba. Goes backwards. Herrera. He does like a little bit of a dive, doesn't he? Herrera. Valencia. Nice play. Mkhitaryan can't keep it in. You've got to run back there, though, mate, because he's going to throw it. And he's thinking of bringing Fellaini on. Martial. He's thinking of throwing a game away with 10 minutes to go. Again, like we did against Arsenal. Well, Rashford out on that left again. Let's hope he's not going to go exploited like he did against Arsenal in the last few minutes. Oh my God, Fellaini. I tell you what, why are we doing this? I hope it works, but why are we doing this? You could have had Schweinsteiger on your bench and the last 8 minutes, a World Cup winner to see us home. You're bringing Fellaini on. I think Fellaini's only use is if you're losing a game and you want to go long ball. We're bringing Fellaini on now because he's terrified of what happened in the last few minutes against Arsenal where a cross came in. So now what we're doing is we're going to shut the shop up and just invite pressure, which is absolutely stupid. It's the same as the Arsenal game where Arsenal created next to nothing, and we're going to just invite pressure and allow a team to get chances against us again. I mean, I know I'm speaking ahead of turn, but I can just see what's going to happen. Well, I mean, he might shock us all and take Zlatan off, but we all know that's not going to happen. I'm just terrified by who this substitution actually could be. I think what he probably will do, let's take a deep breath. I think he'll take Mkhitaryan off and pack the midfield. Because if you took Herrera off or you took Carrick off or Pogba off for Fellaini, that's just suicide. It is Mkhitaryan. Is he 22? Yeah, I can sort of see that. Well, we made that decision. He did it against Arsenal, didn't he? We went 1-0 up against Arsenal. We were all over them, and he made substitutions. He took attacking players off. He brought Schneiderlin on, and we sat back, and they got a goal at the end, and we drew it. And we need to win this game today. We needed to beat Arsenal that day, and we've not really conceded any chances. We've been the better attacking team, and with 10 minutes to go again, Mourinho has decided to shut up shop and go defensive. And I don't think this team is good enough to do it. I hope I'm going to be wrong on this, because it's nothing about being smug. You know, smugness doesn't come into it. It's just passionate United opinion. And we need to win this game. And if we don't win this game because we decided to sit back, I'll be furious, because we don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. But we are really backs to the wall and inviting Everton on now. Mourinho's done it all his career, and I'm not knocking him for doing it. I just don't know whether it's a wise move to do it with this sort of a side, especially when we are so. The trouble with United is Fellaini's just given a penalty away. It's unbelievable. That's it. That is just, I cannot defend that. I cannot defend that. How I've been against Fellaini since year dot. He should not even be on the bench. You've got Bastian Schweinsteiger not even on the bench today. Fellaini's on the bench. What are we bringing him on the pitch for? You just that's it. If they score this now, we've got nowhere to go again, like Arsenal, because we've took all our attacking players off. We've got nowhere to go. We cannot attack them. And we've put all our eggs into one basket, going defensive against a team we didn't need to go to defensive against. And I just pray to God De Gea somehow produces this, but Baines is an expert at penalties. And he scores it. I mean, that's it. See you. Bye to top four. Well done. Brilliant substitution. And I tell you what, I back Mourinho. I think he's the right manager for Manchester United. But that substitution was absolutely criminal. It didn't need to happen. 99.9% of Manchester United fans would have that clown nowhere near a United shirt. And unfortunately, Jose, we're looking at you. You've put him on the pitch. You put that accident on a pitch, and you cannot complain when he does that. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. I refuse to find one for a manager who's done that. And if we go on and lose this game now, which is we won't win it. No more top four, says MUFC. It was just there is no excuse. There is no excuse. There is no sympathy, and there is no excuse. I'm just furious. It's always a car crash waiting to happen. It's just, I don't know what he is trying to prove with Fellaini. He said it in August. I will make you love Fellaini. You are mugging yourself off, and you are mugging off United fans because he is shit. He is absolute crap. And what is he doing? Anyway, he shouldn't be on the pitch. He should not be on the pitch. And we're not going to get back in this game now. I'd love it if we did, but what an absolute bunch of twats. A brilliant performance, a really good team performance, ruined by a manager making a dick of a decision like that. Absolutely ridiculous. It's just handed it them on a plate. Furious. Just the game has just absolutely changed on that sub. Just absolutely changed the whole game. We're sat back there, we're enjoying it, we're thinking we're going to grind something out, and you just bring that absolute dick on. He will be getting roasted, and he deserves to get roasted. I'm talking about Mourinho. Fellaini is what he is. Crap. Absolute rubbish. 3 years we've been putting up with him. 3 years we've had that Jonah wearing a Manchester United shirt. Our most important game of the season. A very hard-worked 1-0 performance. We're saying, don't go defensive. We did it against Arsenal. We dominated a game against Arsenal. We went defensive. They get a chance and they score. We're in control against Everton. They've not really created anything. We take an attacking player off to bring a defensive player on, like Fellaini, and within seconds, Everton get a penalty because Fellaini does it. It's just a shocking management decision. And I absolutely love Mourinho. I think Mourinho is the right man, but I cannot understand the obsession that every manager, a Manchester United manager, has with Marouane Fellaini. You speak to a rival fan and they love it every time he's in a shirt. They don't understand how he plays for Manchester United, but they love the fact that he plays for Manchester United because he's crap. And yet we don't bring Fellaini on, we win that game. We don't put Marouane Fellaini in a Manchester United shirt again, we win that game. He shouldn't even be here. He's absolute rubbish, but you can't blame the player. He is what he is. That substitution is just mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. I actually hope players aren't blaming Fellaini because fans aren't blaming him because it's not his fault. He is what he is. It's the substitution. It is absolutely shocking. A shocking substitution. And if somebody tries to say to me, it's to make us better in the air, he's not even very good in the air. There's 5 minutes in this game, by the way. I'm ranting in the hope that I'm just going to suddenly go, wow, we've got back, we've won it. Because we need to win it. I can't see it, though, because we've gone defensive now. We've took our attacking players off. Martial's gone off. Mkhitaryan's gone off. And I know people will say, well, if we beat Spurs next week, you're having a laugh. You can't keep doing what we've done now. We're in a situation now where we've drawn so many games that actually we would have been better off losing a couple and winning a couple and we'd have more points. Because it gets to a point with draws where you draw so many that they're counterproductive. Fellaini's in the box now. He's controlled it and then passed it out for a throw-in. You absolute mug. Absolute mug. A lot of you do blame Fellaini. Faze and Tower, it's Fellaini's fault. Mourinho can't do anything. He shouldn't bring him on the pitch. You can't blame. You cannot be sympathetic to the manager. He shouldn't be putting him on the pitch. could have brought Daley Blind on. He could have brought Bailly on. You know, there's no excuse. If he wanted to go, and there's loads of people on Twitter agreeing with it, and I think we all, I agree. I totally agree with this. No more blaming Fellaini. Everyone knows he's shit. Time to blame the manager for putting him on. It was an absolute idiotic substitution, and you know, people don't get that. They say, "Oh, I thought you backed Mourinho." I do back Mourinho, but I respect and back a lot of people. But when they make bad decisions, I will call them out, and we were calling it out the second he was warming up. Nobody wanted him on the team, and you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot for that substitution. I can't believe we've just drawn that game. In fact, I refused to change the score because I'm that disgusted with it. And he can go and talk to the referee. And when I don't think the referee was that good today, but that was a stonewall penalty. You left your leg in. You shouldn't be on the pitch though. Shouldn't be on the pitch. Furious, absolutely furious. I'm not even interested in what the manager's got to say, because what's he going to say? What is he going to say? You know, there can be no sympathy. There can be no sympathy because you made an idiotic substitution. And this is where I come back to it. And you don't give yourself enough credit as fans. We said it with Van Gaal as well. You seem to think because somebody's paid millions of pounds a year to manage our club that they know better than you. Well, Van Gaal never did. Mourinho, yeah, he probably does. But he doesn't know not to put Fellaini in a Manchester United shirt, and every single one of you lot know. And he needs to learn that. And I'm sorry, on that subject, we are better than the Manchester United manager, and that is terrifying. That we know you never put Fellaini in a shirt, in a Manchester United shirt on a football pitch. And what annoys me is what a good performance from Manchester United. What a battling performance. And we are 9 points off fourth place now, and we could have been 7. And it's just, I've got no trust. I've got no trust in us at all anymore, because that performance is the sort of performance you need away from home, and we gift wrap it up. We just gift that. Fellaini is just the gift that keeps on giving to every other team. Absolute dickhead. Real, I've never liked Fellaini as a footballer. I never wanted him at Manchester United, and if you've been watching the United stand for the last 2 years, you'll know that. But I can't defend the manager. He put him on the pitch. Why do we go defensive every bloody time? Arsenal, we absolutely dominate them. We get the goal we deserve, and then we take all our attacking players off and we go defensive. And surprise, Arsenal score, and then we can't attack because we've got no one to attack with. Everton, away, we decide to go defensive. And we bring Fellaini on for what reason? He's rubbish with the ball. He's not very fast. And he's not very good in the air. Why don't you just bring Bailly on? If Bailly is fit, why don't you bring Bailly on? He's better in the air, and he's not an absolute calamity in the penalty box. I mean, Carragher's sat there with a smug old smile on his face. Furious. I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to set up a live stream, and I'll be back with a match reaction live stream in about 5 minutes' time, gathering my thoughts. But I will be back. Furious, absolutely bloody furious with that, and I'll see you in a few minutes.